From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, are we ready?
Very hard things. Very hard things. Roz and Mocha's very hard thing.
Yes.
I love this.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Very Hard Things. Dammit Maury and his husband, Dammit Matthew, will be tasked to explain something that is very hard to explain. Very hard things. And they got to work together to try and come up with what they feel is the way to explain these things that are very difficult to explain. Up today is describe what color a mirror is.
Oh, jeez. I could only imagine the conversation that took place in the condo of the Dammits.
All right, are you ready for today's very hard thing?
Oh, I'm always ready for hard things.
Describe what color a mirror is.
What color is a mirror? Well,
Now, not the things that you're seeing in the mirror.
obviously.
Like if you're describing
Oh my
the
god.
mirror.
Do you think I'm dumb?
Yes, I do.
No, you're the dumb one out of us two. Let's get that straight.
My first instinct would be gray.
No, it's silver or lead.
Not the back of the mirror.
All of that is in the mirror, and so it's silver, gray, clearish.
Okay,
No,
think
but
clear
it's
is
lead.
red.
I think it's lead. I think mirrors made out of lead. I could be wrong, but or silver or something, like some liquid that is silver. But then on the front of it, there's like a shine on it, so it's reflective.
Oh my god!
But at the end of the day, it's
But reflective is not a color.
no, it's silver reflectiveness that then becomes whatever you're seeing in the mirror. But really, if you take that away,
No, but
all
not the back. Not the back. How
I'm
would
not
you
talking about the back.
So, but how would you describe the color of the mirror to someone who has never seen a mirror?
You say to them, it is a silver piece of glass that's like either made out of lead or silver or whatever, and one side of it is reflective, and you get to see yourself.
But if I don't know what reflective means, I've never seen a mirror before. I can't
Reflective
understand.
means double. Like it's like
What?
It's a pairing. Reflective. Like it's you see yourself in it.
Close your eyes immediately. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of a mirror color.
Lead.
But you're describing the backing of it.
Maybe a gray.
Describe.
I could be leaning towards
I
a
think you're
gray.
describing the backing. You're describing the backing of it.
No, you're describing the backing. When you look in a mirror, do you see gray?
So how would you describe?
Don't ask me again.
How would you describe?
I've just described it 10 times.
But what's the color of see-through?
Oh my god. Yourself. How about that? Is that an intelligent answer?
No, it's not,
the color of
actually.
yourself because
No.
you're looking at something.
No, but imagine the mirror is in a room all to itself. There is nothing for it to see. What color is it then?
Silver.
Okay, so there you go. Was that hard? Was that very hard?
Not for me. Not for me.
Roz and Mocha's very, very hard things.
Hey, did you see that guy on TikTok who does, you have a clip in there. It's called Thanos. There's a guy on TikTok. I wonder if I can find his name. Hold on here.
Is his name Thanos?
What's that?
His name's Thanos?
No.
Oh.
He is a guy who does voice impressions.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you like the old like improv thing where they stand on the stage and like, okay, give me a location. And then somebody goes, hey, Carpenter. And then they go, okay, now give me somebody famous. And somebody goes, Jay-Z, right? And then you do that. So
Jay-Z the Carpenter.
Jay-Z is a carpenter. But this guy who does voices, somebody said, do Matthew McConaughey auditioning for Thanos.
Okay.
Okay? So this guy does an incredible Matthew McConaughey. So this is some dude doing Matthew McConaughey doing Thanos.
All right, McConaughey is Thanos. Here we go. All right, Avengers, here's the game plan. I'm going to destroy half this planet, whether you like it or not, man, just with a snap of the old fingers. The thing is, I only got about 3 Infinity Stones, and I got to pump those numbers up. So me and my telekinetic pals, my demi-GODs, man, the OGs, what's up, brother? We're going to destroy you all, grab the stones, snap my fingers, and keep on moving on, man. Because the thing is, I am inevitable, brother. Phew.
Okay. So here's the thing. This guy is even better than Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
And has the lisp down perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so weird. Like I'm just picturing McConaughey doing this.
I know.
Hold on, I gotta hear this again.
He's so good.
McConaughey is Thanos. Here we go. All right, Avengers, here's the game plan.
Like, come on.
I'm going to destroy half this planet, whether you like it or not, man, just with a snap of the old fingers. Wow. The thing is, I only got about 3 Infinity Stones, and I got to pump those numbers up. Me and my telekinetic pals, my demi-GODs, man, the OGs. What's up, brother? We're going to destroy you all, grab the stones, snap my fingers, and keep on moving on, man. Because the thing is, I am inevitable, brother. Phew.
Okay, come on. That is like on point, dude. Exact.
I know. I'm trying to find out what this guy's handle is.
And like the inflection in
Everything.
words.
Everything.
Yeah.
All that
the
stuff.
whistle.
Yeah, brother. He's so good. He's so good.
That's incredible.
I know. I can't see the guy's name.
So
TikTok, everything is so small on TikTok. Maury, can somebody come and look at this? Because my eyes. Okay, it's at. Damn it.
Damn it, Thanos.
It's not at damn it, Thanos. Hold on here. Wait. Shut up. It's
I think you need glasses, man.
No, I don't. I'm good. Wait.
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad, is it?
At CONAJAM. Conajam, maybe? Could be.
Are you sure those are the letters?
No.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Last year, in and around this time, everyone was hoarding toilet paper and paper towels.
True. Couldn't get it anywhere.
But the supply was fine.
Well, not for a while it wasn't. We had to catch up.
No, we did. But the reason why was because we were all hoarding. Everyone was hoarding, right?
For some reason, we all thought we were all going to get dirty butts from just sitting around doing
Like, if
nothing.
everyone didn't hoard, then we would have been A-okay.
Yes.
Right? You get one pack of Super Roll, like 24 rolls, and you would have been fine.
And they just took those signs down, too.
Yes. And then...
One per family.
Right. And then people were like, stores were like jacking up the prices and stuff, right?
Not cool.
So there's another shortage happening now that has driven up the prices of this one particular product.
Okay.
And it's a product I know that you don't even care for. So it doesn't affect your life in any way. But it is...
Soap?
No. No, it's ketchup.
Ketchup?
Yes. Apparently, the high demand for takeout and delivery...
Yeah.
Right? Because people have ramped up the amount of delivery that they're doing now, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
So all those little ketchup packets.
Ketchup
all those
packets.
Little ketchup packets are causing a ketchup shortage.
Right.
So much that Heinz said that they've had to ramp up production to meet the demands. And they've even opened up new production lines and have had to add extra shifts to create more ketchup for these little ketchup packets.
I'm going to start selling my own. I'm going to put ketchup in little squares of tinfoil and just sell it on the street. What could go wrong there?
I got what you need. How much you want? 1, 2? I got them
You start
all.
getting ideas, though, right? You start getting ideas like you could start making a profit off ketchup. You just got to figure it out how to get it into little things. Because we got ketchup,
And then
right?
you're sitting there at the kitchen table all day.
We just don't have individual ketchups. Like everybody has ketchup, but it's like, how can I now capitalize on that?
One Heinz exec told the Wall Street Journal, "We're busy doing everything we can," and adding that the company's even moving resources from other condiments, that they make to meet the demand of ketchup because there's a shortage of ketchup.
This better not affect the price of Dijon.
You want to talk about price?
Yeah.
Listen, bougie ass Dijon. Ketchup packet prices have also increased by 13% over the past year. So you know in the States, that fast food restaurant, Long John Silver's?
Sure. Do I know Long John Silver's?
They said that the small increase in cost has cost them an additional $500,000.
How much ketchup are people eating in those little packages?
I guess a lot.
Like, that's a lot of ketchup.
I will say, when we used to order a lot from places where you get fries or whatever, some places were pretty loose with the amount of ketchup.
Then they would handful it in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you only need one, maybe two packets. But there have
Right.
been times where you look in the bag and there's like 12 packs of ketchup.
Right. Which is
and then what happens?
It's excessive.
It is. And then that ketchup ends up going in the trash.
It does. And then it's like it's the exact opposite of that, which always pisses me off. And I don't even eat ketchup. But if you do a giant order of food, right? And you open the bag and there's one pack in there. One ketchup packet, right?
Yeah.
That's almost upset. The only thing worse than that is when you order $75 worth of Chinese food and you open the bag and they give you one pair of chopsticks. Clearly, this is not for one person.
Right.
Right?
Unless you order from them a lot and they think you're a slob.
I haven't had the best week, but I'm not that depressed.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yesterday, Roz, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. Shem, who works here on the Roz and Mocha Show. Hello, Shem.
Good morning.
Shem put out a tweet that ended up going viral. Okay? Before I read you the
Shirt
tweet.
on, shirt off.
No pics.
Okay.
Right now,
No
it
pics.
has 969 retweets, 182 quote tweets alone, 8,638 likes. At Shem, by the way, on Twitter. I'm a 33-year-old from Toronto. What will happen first? COVID vaccine or completion of construction on Eglinton?
Oh, God.
COVID
vaccine.
The response for this tweet that Shem put out yesterday was incredible.
What are people? Are they pissed off?
People have been pissed off about Eglinton for, I don't know, ever.
Forever.
Since the very beginning?
I used to live on Eglinton, and like 20 years ago.
Bro, I worked on Eglinton in 1997. And I, at that job, had to take a detour bus route.
Yeah.
In 1997.
So again,
Okay.
Shem's original tweet reads this. I'm a 33-year-old from Toronto. What will happen first? COVID vaccine or completion of construction on Eglinton? Here's some of the replies. This is like asking what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. No one knows. Another person said, hasn't Eglinton been under construction since the last pandemic in 1918?
Yeah.
Somebody else wrote and said, I lived in Toronto over 20 years ago. Guess what was under construction?
Yep.
Years from now, my great-grandkids will get to witness the opening of the Eglinton LRT. I'll miss it because I'll be dead. I am 23 years old right now. A lot of replies saying things similar to this. Unfortunately, I feel as though the Leafs will win a Stanley Cup before either of these things happen.
Hey now, come on now. Whoa, what are you doing?
Low.
Okay.
And there's a lot of Leafs will win a cup before.
Well, there's a chance that, just chill out with that. Okay?
You can even finish the sentence.
No, just stop it. Don't be rude. Okay? Don't be rude.
Another
Don't go into a
person
man's
wrote,
timeline and start soiling it with stuff like that.
Another person wrote, better chance of moving to Mars before either of these things happen.
True. The construction on Mars will be done before the construction on Eglinton.
Michael Jackson will return for another dangerous tour performance before either are completed.
Oh, jeez. And a lot's going to have to be done for that to happen. got to build a lot more things than streetcar tracks.
Oakland Zoo getting vaccines before you. Google it. As a fellow 33-year-old from Toronto, I can confirm that neither are happening anytime soon.
Yep.
Last one. Okay, stay with me for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe the COVID vaccine is on Eglinton.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What up, y'all?
I don't know.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Feeling good today or what?
No, it sucks.
Oh. Already? Why?
Yeah. Well, because I don't like coming to work on days when everybody else in the family has the day off.
What do you
Because
mean?
kids don't go to school today.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oh. Oh, Easter Monday.
Kids get Easter Monday off, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Right? So they give kids Easter Monday, this created thing, and then I come into work. So the dynamic in the house is different. Like the night before. The morning's fine. I get up, I do my thing, I come in. But it's the night before, right?
Because it's a party.
Yeah. I'm the only one that is like looking at the clock. I'm the only one that is worrying about the next day. They're not making lunches. There's no, hey, did you get all your things together? Is all your home? There's none of that, right? It's like a party. They're on vacation and I'm not.
Yeah.
And I don't like that dynamic.
Okay. It's the imbalance.
Yes, it bothers me.
Why didn't you just take today off?
Let me take today off. How am I going to do that? Then I'm going to sit at home all day.
Balance, brother. Balance. You can be with your family. You could have been partying last night with them.
No, but this is my thing. It's like, what else would I do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I would be up at this time anyway, and I would just be sitting there doing nothing. So there's no point. How was your long weekend?
I was busy, man. I was just doing we took advantage of the nice weather. Just spent the entire time outside just doing yard stuff, boring stuff.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That's it. Maury,
there was zero relaxation whatsoever.
How was your long weekend?
It was awesome. Yesterday was my brother Daniel's 17th birthday.
Oh my God. You got a 17-year-old brother.
He has hairy legs.
Yeah.
I saw him in shorts, hairy legs.
Interesting thing to notice on your brother.
Because he came walking from the kitchen to because I was out in the driveway to hand him his gift.
Yeah.
I got him takeout steak.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a year and your legs are hairy.
Yeah. You know what 17-year-old boys like?
What?
Is when older dudes go, oh my God, your legs are so hairy. Yeah. It makes them feel so secure, right? Just incredible.
And today's my dad's birthday.
Okay.
And my husband Matthew made me give him all my booze.
What booze did you have?
Unopened Grand Marnier, vermouth, things that I've had in the liquor cabinet.
You have a liquor cabinet?
For how long? How long do you have this stuff?
10 years. It's a limited edition bottle of Grand Marnier that I got 10 years ago. And Matthew loaded it all up in a bag, cleaned it off, dusted it, and was like, this is all going to
You didn't even get your
dad.
dad an actual gift?
No, he got leftover booze.
Hold on a second here. Hold on a second.
What's wrong with that?
You, Maury Sherman. Damn it, Maury. If anybody, you are so judgy with gifts that people give you. And if your dad doesn't come through heavy enough, you have railed against him because you as a grown man think that you deserve.
Do you know who's the happiest person on earth?
Who?
My dad.
Does he know that this was all free?
Oh, yeah.
You are rotten, man. Did you get him anything else? Did you get him a card?
Oh, no, I got him a card and a $15 gas gift card.
You got your okay.
Have you seen the price of
Mocha's
gas?
eyes are so judgy right now.
$15 in gas?
Yeah.
That's not even enough from him to get from the driveway to the end of his street.
Yeah. No, he could literally go for $15. You know what he could do? Is he could go from the pump to the front of the door of the gas station and walk in and buy a lotto ticket. Then he's got to go back to the pump again on his way out. That's all you get for $15.
Poor Frank.
Who gives somebody $15 in gas?
Well, the other option was 50.
Well, you're the worst.
Yeah.
You're the worst. How old your dad turn?
65.
He turned 65.
Oh my God, that's a monumental age.
Is that why Donna said this is a very special birthday?
Yes, 65
I couldn't
is-
figure it out.
65 is huge.
And you give him the man 10-year-old vermouth.
You gave a dusty bottle of booze that you didn't even pay for.
Yeah.
It was some promotional thing and $15 at a gas station?
Yes.
Oh,
Dusty
God.
ass son. Come on, the worst.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you watch any SNL on the weekend?
I did not.
No.
How was it?
I didn't see any of it. I'm just kind of catching up now. Daniel Kaluuya was the host.
Yeah.
And St. Vincent was the musical guest. But one of the things that they did was the Britney Spears talk show.
Okay.
With Lil Nas X was the guest.
Oh, yes.
Who played Lil Nas X again? I don't remember that guy's
Chris Red,
name.
right?
Yeah.
I like that guy.
And they go through talking about the Satan shoes and then the devil lap dance and all this other stuff. So here, listen.
Is it true that their Nike is made with human blood?
Yeah, but I don't know why Nike's so mad. Their whole thing is just do it. Well, I did it.
What would you say to the religious folks who were mad that you gave Satan a lap dance?
I would say, you know that wasn't the real Satan, right? It was a dude in a Halloween devil costume because the real Satan doesn't do, like, music videos, so maybe chill.
And then, of course, this.
Would you be willing to give a lap dance to God? Just to even things out?
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Wow! Happy Easter, everyone!
Should I again remind people that was not the real God? That was just my friend Gary.
Yo, that's what they do, though, right?
Lil
Like, you
Nas-
gotta,
well, yeah.
you
Lil
gotta
Nas
jump
X,
on the hype train.
Tweeted SNL going to hell. It's crazy, that whole story, because like for me, I was really fascinated with it in like an endearing way almost when everybody was coming after Lil Nas X, because as I'm like growing up, when I grew up, right, as like a fan of metal, okay, back in the day, you had organizations like the PMRC with Tipper Gore and the Filthy 15. The Filthy 15 were a list of 15 songs that this group put together that were too dangerous for children.
Oh, God.
And these guys were taking bands to court for subliminal messages that didn't exist in their songs. And bands like, you know, like even Ozzy and like all these other metal bands that would use the pentagram on the covers of albums, like they were devil worshipers, right?
Yeah.
And like these were like hardcore Christian right and government bodies that wanted these bands buried. And I had thought that the world had evolved enough that I was never going to see another pentagram scandal ever again. And then so when Lil Nas X comes out with these shoes, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We got another pentagram scandal?
Yeah.
I never thought we would see.
Lap dancing the devil and everything.
I never thought we would see another pentagram scandal.
And of all people, it's
Never.
the Old Town Road guy.
It's the Old Town Road guy.
That's causing all this
With
mess,
a
right?
pentagram.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Things get weird in 3, 2, 1.
Happy Monday. Welcome to it. Deepa Prashad is here with another round of the Roz and Mocha DM Deep Dive. I know you spent the entire weekend going through all the DMs.
Oh, yes.
What have you been able to find?
Okay, we're going to start off with something real nice. So this comment comes from Samantha. Samantha says, I don't always get to tune into the show, but when I do, I laugh and smile. A great way to start the day. So thank you very much.
Oh,
I
thank
like
you.
that. What's her name,
Nice.
Samantha?
Samantha.
Thank you, Samantha.
Okay, the next comment comes from Cindy, and she says, I listen every day. Y'all make my day. So
nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Those
Cindy.
are always that's always the best feedback, is somebody saying that you made their day.
Yeah.
That is the greatest thing you could ever say. I
Okay.
like our DMs today.
Oh, you're going to hate the next one.
Oh,
Start it off with something real nice, and
was
then we're going to switch gears a bit.
that's
so
a quick turn, huh?
This next one comes from Robert.
Yeah.
Robert's really mad at both of you. So he
Oh,
says,
God.
OMG, I have a bone to pick with you. To hear my favorite morning host talk bad about Zack Snyder's Justice League. No, guys, for starters, if you are any type of DC fan, not only have you watched the 4 hours already with no breaks, plus you've put the other one done by the guy who shall no longer be named into the garbage, not even worth reselling. So the people you are telling this to are the ones who are not big fans, but are curious. Then they should only be watching Zack. So how could you say there's nothing new to get out of Zack's? Holy crap. End of rant.
First of all,
jeez, man.
I don't know if we said that there was nothing new to get out of
Chill.
it. I had a lot of problems with it. Somebody on social came after me the other day on Twitter calling me old, saying I was too old to get Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I'm like, you're telling somebody that I'm too old to understand Batman and Superman? I'm too old for that? Like, I saw Superman in 78 in the theater. Right? Like, but I'm too old to understand Batman and Superman. I'm just not a fan of Zack Snyder. That's it. People love him. Other people don't love him. I'm not a fan of the way Zack Snyder writes. I'm not a fan of the way he directs. I'm not a fan of his storytelling. And 4 hours of it, I found it to be too confusing for a 4-hour movie. And I found it a bit disingenuous to call this the Snyder Cut when there's no way that a 4-hour movie would ever be released in theaters. So I think that for an authentic Snyder Cut, it should have been under the constraints of what would have been allowed to have been released theatrically.
Sure. Like
and
two and a half hours, whatever.
And then we would have got a sense of what he actually wanted to do. Right? That's all I was saying.
I didn't like it
Also,
either.
it's not
And I think that maybe part of the reason is because I watched the original one the week before. And I didn't like that one. So I already had like a bad taste in my mouth for Justice League. And then this one, this new one, the Zack Snyder one being 4 hours, I just thought it was like, I don't know, it was just like a big waste of time for me. It was too long of a movie.
Is that what got to both of you? Was the length of it? Like if it was shorter, do you think you would have enjoyed it more so than the original one that was released?
Maybe.
No, I didn't.
Maybe.
I'm just not a fan. Like, I'm just not a fan
Fair enough.
I'm not a fan of his storytelling. I'm not a fan of the writing. I don't like I didn't like the story. It's another big bad who comes from another planet who has to put their version of the Infinity Stones together to start to destroy worlds. Right? Like, I was just like, I've seen this before, but only I've just seen it much better.
Right.
And I was bored. Like honestly, I know it's very easy to get bored during a 4-hour movie, but Zack Snyder is, to me, he makes boring films, and that's just my opinion.
Oh, Robert's going to be even more
Yes,
mad.
sorry. I apologize.
Robert's going to DM again tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to look out for Robert's next comment. Okay, the next question. This is the last question. This is from Margot. She says, if this has been answered before, I'm so sorry, but why does Mocha tuck his hoodie strings inside?
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
I've never noticed this about you.
So I have talked about this a few times, like on the show and on the podcast. Whenever I leave the house in the morning, Jenna's still sleeping, right? My wife is still sleeping. So I always still give her a kiss before I leave while she's sleeping. And there was one time where I was wearing a hoodie and the string, when I like bent over, the strings like brushed against her face and she freaked out because she thought it was like a spider or something. She hates spiders, right? So ever since then, I always thought before I lean over to give her a kiss, I make sure I tuck in the strings on my hoodie so when I bend over, it doesn't hit her in the face. And then ever since then, like I've done it so much now, it's like instinct. Whenever I put a hoodie on, I automatically tuck the strings inside. Yeah.
Do you always wear a t-shirt under your hoodie?
No, not
you
anymore.
Don't.
I used to.
You do used to. Does the string, does it aggravate your nipples at all if it brushes up against your nipples
No,
when
I
you
don't
tuck
even
it
notice.
in?
You
That
know
would
what?
drive me crazy.
I've never noticed.
Why is that funny to you, Deepa? What is the matter with you? Grow
never
up.
crossed my mind. Like, why?
No, I've never noticed.
Grow up. We are two grown men who are fully capable of having a conversation about sensitive nipples without you snickering. Okay?
Why are your nipples real sensitive, Ross?
Over the line, Deepa. Over the line.
Yo, DMs are wide open. Hit us up. Ask a question. Make a comment. Deep up or shout. We will see you tomorrow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was looking at something about being middle-aged. Hold on. I
What?
lost it.
Is that one of the signs?
Shut up, Maury. For God's sakes. Stop it. There's no worse feeling than having Maury laugh at me.
I know.
There's no worse feeling. I've never felt lower. So they asked a bunch of people.
Yeah.
First of all, when do you feel that middle age hits?
Oh, God.
When do you feel?
Well, if you do the math, 45.
Okay,
What?
Because I did the math. Like if you're 45, and then you add 45 plus 45 is 90.
Yes.
Which is pretty much how long you're going to live.
You think you're going to make it to 90?
Yeah, you ain't making it to 90.
If you're lucky.
You're gone by the end of the week, bro. So long.
So I did the math, and if you make it to 90, 45
I'm going to be
middle
wearing
age.
that T-shirt by Labor Day, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Oh, no.
So they asked people when you thought middle age was. Like, when is the year where you feel that you've hit the halfway mark? So, Maura, you say clearly
45.
Mocha, you would
No
say...
way. I say like 50-something. Like
50-something.
Do you not understand? Middle age
I
is
know
the
what
middle
middle
of
age is,
how
man.
long you'll live.
But you don't know how long you're going to live.
But 50-something doesn't make any sense.
Sure it does. I say like I'm going to say somebody feels middle-aged in and around 52.
Okay, they said 47.
What?
47
No,
is when
You
most
are
people.
47.
Shut up, Maury. Okay.
Yo, the only time Maury's math is like 100% on point is when he's talking about your age.
Tell me about it.
Like, other than that, you are atrocious.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
can
I know
tell
he
you
gets
why?
my age perfectly.
Yeah,
but when
every single time.
when it comes to calories, his heart rate, all of this other stuff, you get the math so
How much
very
he owes the
wrong.
bank.
How much you owe the bank. The amount of times you can be awful to your husband and not have him walk out on you. Right? All that other math in life lost on you. Now, what are the signs? Because if we're talking 40 age is middle age, then, what are the signs that you've hit middle age?
Okay.
Yes.
Forgetful.
Okay.
Back pain.
Everything hurts on your body.
Yeah. Groaning when you get out of bed is on the list.
Oh, right. What about poor eyesight?
Picking comfort over style.
What about...
I did that with my shoes.
You did that in life.
Your husband did that with you.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Think this is a great one. Thinking police officers, teachers, and doctors look young.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let me
The
guess.
inability to stand up.
Yeah, that would be, groaning when you get out of bed, joint pain, all that other stuff. Hating loud bars.
Yeah.
Needing an afternoon nap.
Uh-huh.
That's
What about needing an afternoon nap in the morning?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
right?
getting up to pee mid-sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody does that, Maury. That's crazy. Please.
What else? Let me see here. What about watching television, right? Watching like a movie or TV show, and you always have to have closed captioning on.
What are you
Ross
saying?
did that last week.
No, you
I
didn't.
only watch things with closed captioning on.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, my Netflix is only closed captioned.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then Roxy turned it off, and then I put it on last night.
Yeah.
And I started watching something, and nothing, and it just didn't feel right.
Uh-huh.
And then I put closed captioning on, and then Catherine looked at me and went, "Oh yeah, there we go."
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm never
You.
gonna be able to get a haircut.
No, you're not.
No,
Welcome
Ever.
to lockdown again.
ever. Stay-at-home orders is what's happening.
All
Can
of
you believe
Ontario. We got to
Can you
stay
believe that?
home. Unless you're essential. But we're back at it. We're back to last year for the next 4 weeks.
What a joke, man.
You're going to have to start watching all them YouTube videos that everybody else watched over the past year on how to cut your own hair.
Crazy. I can cut my own hair.
Oh,
I just don't
so-
wanna.
Oh,
Just got time for that.
well, we all do now.
Yeah, well, you got.
but you shaved
but
your
you
head.
got a nothing haircut though, more.
Yeah, but look how great it looks.
It doesn't though.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
Well,
I
compared
mean,
to what?
how-
Okay.
it could be worse.
That is true. I will give you that. And of all the ways that you've used to describe your hair, it could be worse.
Tell you
I
what,
will,
it's
I will
safe.
give you that. Safe. Safe as in your husband should feel secure.
Ooh.
Compared to,
He won't lose you to somebody else with that haircut.
oh, he won't lose me.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
But I could still lose
You have
him.
like baby hair. Like the tops of it is like, you know when you see like a little
Weird,
baby
yeah.
and you can't stop touching the soft spot on their head because
Yeah.
it's just like fuzzy up there?
Turn around. Is the bald spot bigger, though? Oh, yeah. Huge. Damn.
No, turn around, spin around. You can't just do that, man. Hold on. Pause.
Oh, wow.
Stop.
Wow.
Well, hold on here now.
Let me get my sunglasses.
Hold on here. Just wait. Hold on here.
What?
I gotta get a. Stay there for a second. Keep your look straight ahead. Look, no. Turn to your right a little. No. Head out.
there it is.
Okay.
Yo,
Hold on.
it's kind of shaped like
It's right. It looks like a boomerang
a
right
little
here.
bit.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there's almost. Now turn to a little bit to your left slowly.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, there it is.
Okay, we're just back to the right again. Keep
Oh,
going.
stop,
Keep
stop.
going. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit. No, to the right. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Right there. Yeah, oh.
You know what it kind
There's
of
no
looks
bald
like?
spot.
You know what it kind of looks like? It sort of looks like
Jeez.
it's morphing into,
Yeah.
you know, Harry Potter's scar?
Yes. It
Right?
looks like
The lightning bolt?
You're right.
Scar on his forehead?
You're right.
That's what your bald spot is turning into.
Everyone
It's
has
morphing.
this. It's where the hair comes out
No,
and
no.
turns.
Turn your
Not-
head down forward now. Look down. Okay. Wait. Turn a little bit to the right. No, the other way?
That's left.
Sorry. Okay, pause. Turn it down. Down more again. Okay. Hold on here. I see something. There's like something right in there, that area right there.
Dandruff?
I don't know what that is.
I use Head and Shoulders.
I'm from 1982. Wasn't there a 2-in-1 shampoo years ago that they said you weren't supposed to? Remember when 2-in-1 shampoos were all the rage?
Yeah,
right?
shampoo and conditioner.
Shampoo and conditioner.
One bottle.
And there was Pert Plus.
Yeah.
Right? And then there was, I think, Prel.
I remember Prel.
And Prel.
It's still around.
I don't know if it is, because one of them, like, you weren't supposed to, like, they found out that, like, one of these 2-in-1 shampoos that are real, like, it did bad things to people.
Is it the one? Because I used to use a dandruff shampoo that smelled like tar.
Oh, that's that is a medicated one.
Yeah.
I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
And the shampoo came out like it was like a dark color.
Oh, was that? Oh my God.
Sense and Blue.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's in a blue bottle.
Sense and Blue. Sense and Blue.
No, seltzer. No,
Seltzer.
Selsun?
not Selsun.
It wasn't seltzer.
Selsun.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Selsun Blue?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that bottle.
Anyway, there was
Shoppers
something about controversial ingredients
But
in
now
one of
there's
those
3-in-1s.
2-in-1s. 3-in-1s? What's
the
the third?
I have
The
a
water?
3-in-1. No, body, hair, and body shampoo and conditioner.
You just have one bottle that you just squirt all over yourself?
Yes.
Like you're some sort of like hot oil wrestler? Like you just
Don't
like...
put that visual in my mind.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
Update.
Hello, Melissa. It's Roz and Mocha. Welcome back to Fix My Life.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing good. So we talked to you like literally a month ago because COVID had messed with your wedding, as it has with everybody's wedding over the past, 12 going on 13 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And you had gone through a lot of breakdowns. You didn't really know what to do. And I remember the conversation that we had was, the difference between your wanting to be married and your wanting to have a wedding, because the reality was if you just wanted to be married, you guys could have done it that day if you wanted to, right?
Right.
So what did you guys wind up doing?
Well, we ended up getting married.
You did!
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That is amazing.
How did you do it? Because you had so much pressure on you, and you had canceled, and there was outstanding all this other stuff, and the pressure from everybody else in your families, and you guys just wanted to be married. So what did you decide on, and how did you do it?
So basically, from the time that we had literally hung up with you, we probably canceled and rescheduled and canceled again, probably 5 or 6 more times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just a lot of pressure, like you guys said, from the families. They wanted to have more of a party, and we can't do that right now, obviously. So we kind of just struggled with the idea of going back and forth with trying to kind of please everyone, or just to kind of get married and have the party at a later date. And we ultimately decided, the marriage is what is really important to us. And I just want to thank you guys, because every time we kind of canceled and wanted to hold off on the marriage part of it, I kept hearing Roz in the back of my head saying, do you want a marriage or do you want a wedding?
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up just going with it. We had a super small ceremony with 25 people in church, and it was amazing. It was a perfect day.
What a story.
And I bet you guys are super happy that you went through with that as opposed to a couple hundred people at a church and then having to worry about a hall.
And
this
also-
was much more enjoyable.
And just you having to wait. You can't do that now.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
So
Exactly.
what's the plan? I assume when all of this is over and we're all vaccinated and everything else, you guys are going to have some sort of party, right?
Definitely, yeah. We're hoping the end of September, hopefully.
Yeah.
We still have the money that we put towards the hall, and same with the photographer. We had postponed the photographer as well. And we had just our friends take a couple pictures of us before and after the ceremony. So just because we didn't want to lose all that money just for, 2-3 hours kind of thing.
Okay,
Right.
but your photographer cool now, because I remember you were having problems with him with not being able to split dates or offer any type of refund. So you still have to use a photographer because you paid your deposit. But you're cool, he's cool with changing dates for whenever that potential date may be.
Yeah, so we
Okay,
kind of
good.
went back and forth with him on the phone for an hour one day, and he, it was kind of hard, but he ended up saying, okay, you know what, we'll reschedule one more time, but this is kind of the final time kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of wait until a couple more months, hopefully, to see what it looks like. And then we'll go ahead and book for September, October.
Okay. But that's it. Now you guys are married.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's so great.
And I bet the 25 people that you were allowed to have in the church to be a part of it, they must have been just as happy as well?
Definitely, yeah. It kind of took a little bit of convincing just because, they wanted the whole traditional Italian big wedding. And, we can't do that right now. So they just kind of had to
Wait, now when
deal
you
with
say
it.
they, do you mean like your parents? And his parents?
Yeah,
it's always the parents.
Mostly my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Italian one. He's Jamaican, so they're cool. But yeah, no, it was mostly like my grandparents, like the older generation kind of thing. They wanted the whole big party. They wanted to invite all their cousins and nieces and nephews and
just to put things into context here. So you wound up going with the small wedding, 25 people. What would it have been? Say COVID did not exist. What would the number at your wedding have been?
Melissa, before you answer, can I guess?
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead, yeah.
400 people.
Hell no.
Oh.
Are you insane?
Okay. Because I know an Italian couple who had like 400 people at their wedding.
Bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I told my mom from the beginning, I did not want to invite all these people that I had no idea who they were. So we kind of narrowed it down to around 160 people.
Jeez, that's still too many.
Yeah, so
My God.
it's still too many, exactly. So we were happy with the
But
the
isn't
25. And even if
small, isn't the small intimate kind of wedding, intimate ceremony, intimate celebration that much more enjoyable because you got to spend time with just those people, and it's not like you're walking around a room full of people that you had to meet for the first time.
Yeah, like your
Exactly.
grandparents'
Yeah.
friends.
my grandparents alone had about 10 people that they wanted to invite, just their friends. I'm I don't even have 2 friends.
No, that's a hard no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Graham.
Exactly.
You don't get to invite your friends to my wedding.
Absolutely not, Nonna.
Yeah, exactly. But it was amazing. We had a great day. We ended up taking a couple pictures after. We went to Niagara for the day. It was really nice.
Oh, that's so great. We're so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you for your help in deciding this for me, or helping me decide anyways.
Sure.
It was honestly a great deal that it did to us, so thank you guys.
Melissa, we're so happy for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for calling back.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Last week, a TikTok video went viral after a girl named Georgia Rose told a story about meeting One Direction after winning tickets to an event from the Roz and Mocha Show. And then less than a year later, her name was in their song, Best Song Ever. Here's that TikTok video.
So you know the song by One Direction that goes like this?
Said her name was Georgia Rose.
That is me. So in 2012, I was a diehard One Direction fan, and I won a contest on the radio to spend one day with One Direction.
Georgia, you and a friend are going to see One Direction for a special YTV taping of One to One with One Direction live at a secret location on Monday. You will get to see One Direction. You will get to meet One Direction.
Oh my God, thank you so much. So I went with my sister, and while I was there, I gave them something with my full name on it, which is Georgia Rose. They really liked my name, and then a couple of months later, this song came out.
Said her name was Georgia Rose.
And that, my friends, is my biggest flex.
She said her name was Georgia Rose.
I know, it's me.
Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. It's been forever since we talked to you.
I know.
Yeah, so that first time that we talked, we were doing this massive One Direction contest, as we had just said. You were the lucky winner. Can you take us sort of back to that day when you were getting set to go down and meet the guys from One Direction?
Yeah, I was a die-hard fan, die hard. So I pretty much spent the whole day hyperventilating and freaking out. It was pretty much the best day of my life.
And when you got there, did you have a plan? Because when you're young and you're at that age, you're like, I'm going to go in there and I don't care which one I marry, but I'm going to marry one of the guys in One Direction by the end of the day. Were you sort of like that kind of fan? Is that why you gave them your number? What were you hoping?
Yes.
What were you hoping was going to happen?
I was hoping for a marriage proposal. That was my hope, but I would have settled for just a phone call. Didn't get either of those things. But yeah, my plan was to give the phone with my phone number to one of the guys and just cross fingers that I would get a phone call.
Which one? Which one were you hoping to?
Well, Harry is the love of my life.
Oh,
so it was
okay.
Harry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if it was somebody else that said something to you though? Like if it was like Zane, who was like, I'm in town for a couple of days.
I still would have accepted the phone call.
Oh.
Oh, yes, of course you would. Of course you would have.
So what happened the first time you heard the song from One Direction, best song ever, and you heard the line where it said, she said her name was Georgia
Right.
Rose, went through your mind?
So
Like immediately
when
you were
I-
like, yes, that's me for sure?
Oh, absolutely. Because because we literally had that conversation, like with it, they were like, "I love your name." Like my name is Georgia Rose. It's hyphenated.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, "Is your name Georgia? Is it Georgia Rose? Is Rose the middle name?" Like we had that conversation about them liking my name. So when I heard that song, I almost flipped out. Like I did not know. I was not functioning. Truly, I was not functioning.
So in the lyrics, it says she said her name was Georgia Rose, and then I believe the next line is her father is a dentist, and then
My
the
dad
next
is not a
line-
dentist.
Okay, so your dad's not a dentist. Okay,
No,
because
no.
then the next line after that says she had a filthy mouth.
Right.
Yeah, I know. No. The rest of it, I like to think the rest of it's just random.
Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Do you think that maybe that there is in the world another Georgia Rose who
Absolutely.
Okay.
But she's not the one they're talking about in the song. It's you, right?
I mean, listen, we'll never know. It could be a huge coincidence. We will never know. But what do you guys think?
I think it's you. I honestly think it's you.
Yeah.
Like, how could it not be me, right? Like, you give someone your name written on a phone. They explicitly tell you that they love your name. And then
Right.
months later, they come up with a song with your name in it.
Right.
After your TikTok video explaining everything
Yeah.
went viral, have you heard from anyone, like either at the record
No.
label or like One Direction or like any One Direction
No.
fans kind of like validating this?
Oh, fans, like insane amount of fans are literally, some of them are like, but you know, they didn't write the song. Some of them are like literally creating fan pages of my face. Like this thing has just blown up into something bigger than I imagined.
Well, surprise. Surprise. Harry Styles is on the phone right now.
No, you're lying.
Nope.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, shut up.
Yo, if Harry Styles asked you right now, will you marry me? You'd probably say yes, right?
Yeah, it would have to be a yes. It would have to be a yes.
Right. Do you have a boyfriend now? Like, would you be dumping somebody
No.
for Harry? Okay, cool. Okay.
Don't have a boyfriend. I'm
okay.
single and ready to mingle.
Oh, now
Yeah, but only with Harry Styles though.
Well, congratulations again, all these years later, on winning that day with 1D. Congratulations on being the confirmed 100% right out of Harry Styles' mouth. The inspiration,
Right.
for that
Thank
song.
you. You guys allowed my dreams to come true.
No, it's really great to catch up with you. How old were you then?
I don't know. I was in 2012.
So
I'm
you-
20. How old am I now? I'm 24.
So you were a kid, like you were.
Yeah, I was a little
And if
baby.
I remember correctly, for the contest, it was
Yes.
like done through Twitter.
Right.
And Georgia Rose kept getting locked out of Twitter. Like you kept getting
I
thrown
can't believe you remember that.
into Twitter jail,
Yes.
right? For this contest. And she every day would create a brand new Twitter
I just
account, right?
want to formally apologize for straight up harassing you.
Yeah.
Because when I say I literally harassed you from 7 different fake accounts to try and get your attention to win that contest, like I'm sorry.
No.
Well, who knows? If you didn't do all that, you wouldn't have won the contest. You wouldn't have
I
met One
know.
Direction. You wouldn't have been able to tell them your name. They wouldn't have been able to tell you how cool your name is, and then your name
I
wouldn't have ended up in the
know.
song. It could have been
I
somebody
know.
completely different, right?
By
There you
far.
go.
I will say this to sort of cap this off here. Mocha and I have been doing the show a lot of years now, and back then in 2012, when we hadn't been on the air all that long, it was wild kids like you that helped us build what we have today. So we owe you, Georgia Rose, a huge thank for you because
That makes me so happy to hear.
you just being so incredibly into what we were doing and 1D and all of this stuff at the time. It was the kids like you that really put this show on the map, and you guys are the reason that we do this show today.
Oh, thank
100%.
you. That makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah.
Georgia Rose,
guys.
much love to you. It was great connecting with you again.
Much love to you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show
All
today.
right, I'll speak to you guys later.
Take care, girl.
Bye.
All right, bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Would you go to space?
Yes.
You would, huh?
Absolutely. Why not?
I wouldn't.
Why?
So much can go right. I have no business in space. I have no business
Just
in
out
space.
of curiosity, I totally would.
There's a reality show coming out called Space Hero.
Oh, where do I sign up?
This is what they say. As space flight opportunities open up to more people who aren't professional astronauts, the space industry, which is largely insular and elite, will need to find ways to make space travel appealing to the public. The show, which is currently in pre-production, takes on a reality TV format with 24 contestants competing for the grand prize of a ticket on board a ship bound for the International Space Station. The 24 contestants from all over the world will live in Space Village during the filming of the show, which plans to feature space tech development by dozens of nations and agencies around the world.
The reality show starts first on Earth, and then you win to go there.
It's like Biodome, right?
So the reality show's not in space, though.
No. The reality show happens on Earth, and I guess they create some sort of fake space station. They say that the drama that we'll have in Space Village is not going to be about the last piece of toilet paper or who gets kicked out. This is a very different drama, they say. The drama is the realization of where you are. Space Hero. I
Do
don't
I have
like
to be
it.
all like knowledgeable in like math and stuff?
No, because they don't. Well, I mean, being knowledgeable in math, I think, will always help you.
No,
a little
but like
bit,
in
right?
a spacey kind of way. Like these astronauts.
That's not true.
Right? Like you have to have knowledge of.
I don't know, do you? Because to me, they're not
or they're
looking
just gonna
for
send
astronauts.
me with like a crew.
Yeah, they're not looking for astronauts. They already have
Just
a
want
ticket.
regular folks, okay.
They already have a ticket on the Axiom space mission, which is expected to fly out in 2023. So
I'll
they
sign up.
already have a ticket.
Is there a link? You got a link? Send me a link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Don't
See,
you worry
I go
about
to
it.
space. I just don't. I'm afraid of going upside down.
There's just things people shouldn't do. Like, you know when you go to Vegas, right? And you can live your life going to work and you take a meeting and you make sure that your bills are paid, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, these guys get on a plane and go to Vegas, and they think that they can drive a race car and shoot a machine gun, okay? That's what this is like.
That's what Vegas does to you.
Normal people shouldn't be doing stuff like this. I have no business in space. I have no business driving a race car. I have no business shooting a machine gun. These are all things that once the opportunity is there, people feel that they're capable of doing
do it. I'll sign up.
You'll sign up.
driving. You're just a passenger
No,
going there.
you can drive anything in Vegas. You can drive
No, I
anything.
mean to go to space. Like you're not driving
I have
the ship.
I have no
Flying.
business. I have no business
Flying.
going to space. First of all, I'm terrified.
Really? Why?
Terrified.
Same thing of going upside down.
No, just I would never do it. It is so terrifying to me, the idea of going into space.
You know, you
on
lose
one of
weight
those
in
ships.
space.
No, don't care. You also lose bone density more, so you come out like jelly.
That's true.
You come out like you're 80.
Remember
In your case, 90.
Commander 100. Remember Commander Hatfield? Didn't he say when he came back to Earth?
He had the bone density of like a 94-year-old woman.
Yes, and he basically had to learn how to walk again.
Yes. Yeah, you become
Don't you
jelly.
sit like on a chair with a blanket over you for
No,
a while?
but you have
until you
there's
regain?
there's no compression. There's
Yeah.
no gravity. There's no working out your muscles.
So with this reality show, right?
Yes.
Once you get up to the space station,
Yeah.
does it say in that description that you have there how long you're on the space station for?
No, but I don't think that you'll give you resposibility. I just think you just go up there
you
and
just
kick
go
it.
for like a couple days.
Right?
what if
yeah,
you're bored
I
and
think
wanna
so.
leave?
No, what are you talking about? You wouldn't be. You're not going to go through the process of a reality show and then get bored.
Yeah.
No,
right?
but once
I'll
you're
do
up
it.
there, if you're like, I'm good.
No, I'll do it. Send me the link. I have to
Yeah?
take time off the show, but I'll totally do it.
No, you would do the show from there.
From space.
You're going to give him that much time off.
Yeah, I give you if you want to. No, I won't give you. I'll give you time off to go to space. But not
Who?
to,
Who do I? What do you mean him? I take the time off when I
yeah,
want.
Anyway, I can't deal with this nonsense. Okay.
What's it called? Space Force?
It's called Space Hero.
Oh, Space Hero.
Wait, is
That's
there
me right
Wi-Fi?
there.
It's like
That's
you.
me. I'm a space hero. Yo, I'm signing up. Legit.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me read you this. Because I know how you feel about escalators and people who use them to walk up and or down them.
Oh God.
You hate.
It's just you're not. Use a thing for the way that the thing was designed to be the thing, right?
Right. I, on the other hand, have no problem standing and waiting along with the escalator as it takes me up or down, or using it to walk up or down. I have no problem with either.
3 greatest inventions of all time.
Yes.
The escalator.
Yes.
Microsoft Excel.
Yes.
Toenail clippers.
Okay. Listen to this. To reduce the risk of escalator injuries, a district in the northern part of Tokyo, I hope I'm saying this right, Saitama?
Sure.
Will be enforcing a new ordinance which will go full force starting in October. And this new rule requires train passengers at this one particular train station to stand still on the escalator and to not walk up or down. This new ordinance is prompted by the fact that from January 2018 to December of 2019, there were 805 cases of injuries that occurred while passengers moved on the escalator.
Let me tell you something, okay? You're not that busy. Also, being the only person in a room that claps for something is really embarrassing, guys.
You did it twice.
I got no support. I got no support from anybody in this room.
Because nobody else in the room cares.
Okay, you are
this
not.
much.
I'm so annoyed when people start walking up escalators, and then when they come up behind you and they huff, or if you're on one side of the escalator and you got like a shopping bag in your hand and they deliberately knock my bag with their knee, right? You're not that busy. You're not going anywhere.
Yo, why is your voice getting louder right now?
Because you know how I feel about this. It pisses me off, right? It pisses me off. Just stand. It's going to take you up, right? You're not that busy.
So no walking up or down
Thank you.
escalators at this one train station in Tokyo.
I'm doing it again. Like, guys, honestly.
The Japan Elevator Association also said that this new rule is needed as the escalator is not designed to anticipate sudden movements, and this is why passengers need to stand still and hold the handrails whenever they are on it.
Yeah. I think I actually read something somewhere. Maybe not a reputable place, but I read it.
Okay, sounds legit.
Where
Can't wait.
I can't source this. I don't fact check anything. But I remember reading... but I remember reading something somewhere where they actually said that if everybody just stood, you move more people than you do if some people are standing and some people are trying to walk, right? I read that. Did I? Maybe.
You don't even know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you watch Godzilla vs. Kong?
Did not.
$48.5 million since its release on Wednesday. I rented it.
You did? How was it?
I liked it, man.
Yeah?
It's a big, dumb monster movie. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. But you see, you can go, I think there's like, what was I reading? Like 55% of movie theaters in the U.S. are open already.
I know. That's crazy.
Limited capacity, but
absolutely
half of them are open. They're getting there. Maury.
And the studio's got to make their...
They have to.
Got to try to make their money any way they can.
I'm so fine with watching things at home, though. I don't
Same.
need this
I watched
whole thing
3
of like,
movies this week, and one of which was one Mocha recommended.
Which was?
Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
Oh my God, I love that movie so
the Docking
much.
Club, yeah.
That was the best movie I've seen
It's
in a
the
long time.
best movie. It's Barb
What
and
was
Star.
the name? So I was watching Godzilla vs. Kong,
Yes.
right? In the basement.
Yeah.
And
because the boy's too young, right?
Oh, yeah, way too young.
Yeah,
way too
yeah,
young.
yeah.
He's almost 4.
Wait, is
way
he
too
swearing?
young.
Yeah. No, just
it's a big
monsters.
monster movie, man.
It's not cool.
And then Jenna and her mom were watching upstairs.
Yeah.
We're watching Barb and Star.
Were they?
Yeah.
God, I love that movie. It's so good.
What was it? I was thinking about it. What's the name? Remember when they were on and because it's fresh in your mind now, Maury, what was the name of the person that they were talking about, the made-up story that they were...
Trish.
Trish, that's it, on the airplane.
There's no famous actress named Trish. Yeah.
That's if you haven't seen Barb and Star, go to Vista Del Mar. Please watch it.
When they
it's
get kicked,
so dumb.
They get kicked at a talking club. At their own house.
Yeah. Eating hot dog soup. Spoiler alert.
Ew, that soup was nasty.
Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar is a great one. I have not seen Godzilla. We started watching Slacks.
What's Slacks?
Slacks was the movie that opened up a couple of weeks ago about the genes that come to life and murder people.
The killer genes.
The killer
Oh my
genes.
God, the trailer for it looks so dumb.
Yeah, so we started watching that. I fell asleep, but I got right to the point of where the girl put the jeans on and then she went into the bathroom stall at work because she was having stomach cramps and thought that it was period pain. But then she went into the stall and then the jeans just tightened around her and like cut her in half.
No, because in the trailer it shows like a couple of like really gory, horrific scenes.
This movie is wild. Yeah, the genes sort of take on a life of their own and then they start killing people. Yeah, it's incredible. But the movie was actually quite enjoyable.
Was it really Slacks?
Yes,
You
yeah.
fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I watched sometimes I only need to see 15 minutes of something to know whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Right? And the first 15, 20 of Slacks is enjoyable enough for me. That's all I needed.
So you didn't even get to see how it ended.
No, how is it going to end? The genes kill people, or they kill the genes?
Yeah, but somebody has to kill the
somebody
genes.
has to kill the genes.
It's fine. One of them will.
Or did the genes like survive?
Don't know.
And, like there's going to be a sequel, Slacks 2.
Don't know. Not interested. I like the movie. I give it a good recommendation based on 15 minutes.
Or maybe somebody bends over in the genes and it splits.
No, the genes split you. You don't understand, Maury. The genes split you. They cut a girl in half and they just like constrict her while she's sitting on the toilet.
This movie slacks.
Bro, I'm telling you. There's
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Jen is so mad at me.
Jenna's mad at you?
Yeah.
Mocha's wife, Jenna. Why? What did you do?
Because we had the worst night last night.
Yeah.
So
when you say worst night, what is the worst night in your house?
Worst night of sleeping. Because she was awake a lot last night.
Okay.
We went to bed early. I went to bed early, as I always do, right?
Yeah.
And then at around, so early for me is like between 8:30 and 9. So Cruz, our almost 4-year-old, woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 12:30. And he was like upset. I think he was having a dream or just something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go. I got up out of bed and I went and I laid with him for like 30 minutes just to get him comfortable and sleepy again, right?
Yeah.
So I came back to bed. After I put him back down to bed, I came back to our bed and she was still a little bit restless because she wanted to make sure he was okay.
Okay.
And then we fell asleep. And like an hour later, so 1:30 in the morning, I had a nightmare.
No, you didn't.
I had a nightmare that she had to wake me up.
No.
I screamed so loud.
You need to talk to somebody,
So
man.
it's like 1:30 in the morning, right? And then I fall back asleep, but I guess she didn't because
No, she's been up since.
So at 2:45, my alarm goes off
and wakes her up again.
No.
Oh no!
The first thing I hear when I roll over is I'm still awake.
Oh no! That's the worst.
I feel so bad.
That's the worst.
Dude, I feel so bad.
That's the
I feel
worst,
so
bro.
bad.
And then you have to like fake that you had a bad sleep too.
I know.
Right? Even though you probably felt great.
I mean,
She's not around. You can say you felt great.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
Can we call her?
No. I'm not going to call her now.
No.
Oh, come on. We do it like we have to call
No,
her.
no, absolutely not. Not
You
this
don't
time.
want. You don't want to call her. No.
No,
Okay,
absolutely
fair enough. It's too soon, Maury.
Yeah,
It's too
trust
soon.
me. Today, I am taking the long way home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not side streets the entire way home. No
Yeah,
highway.
This is the phone call, Maury, that you make, after she's had a couple of nights sleep. This is not the phone call you make after you kept her up all night.
Yeah.
Like you bring her something on the way home, like some soup?
Suicide,
No,
man.
I'm just going to pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's what you do. You take it to the grave, pretend nothing happened.
Hey, babe, how's it going? What do you want to do today?
Yeah, you look great. All this other stuff, right? Like
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bachelor in Paradise Canada is on its way. I am so excited about this, Roz. It's going to be on City TV. Regular fans have been applying to be a part of this show because that is a big, big aspect of what this new season is going to have.
And as soon as they announced Bachelor in Paradise Canada, the question became, well, who's going to be the bartender? Because we know Wells Adams did it in Paradise for the U.S. franchise.
Yeah.
The announcement that Kevin Wendt is going to be the bartender for Bachelor in Paradise Canada. Kevin is he found love on Bachelor in Paradise.
He's engaged. He's supposed to get married like soon, but then COVID ruined everything.
Yes.
Yo, Kev, what up, dog? It's Roz and Mocha. How are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Good.
Good. This is like The Godfather. Every time I try to get out, they pull me right back in, huh?
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
Just when I thought it was out. But then they made that phone call and was like, yo, Kev, how about coming over to Paradise?
Yeah, I feel like this one's going to be a little less stressful on my end, which is nice.
Yeah. So you're in a very unique situation because you're a Paradise success story.
Yeah, I feel like there's not many of us.
There's not many of you. And so aside from just sort of, going, like, are you going to like spend, have they already told you that you need to like make sure you're ultra ripped because they're going to want you to take your shirt off and all that stuff? But what is the advice that you, come on, we know. But what sort of, when it comes to to sort of talking contestants through this, especially with this one, because it's not only people who have done the franchise before. There's going to be some new people there. What do you want? What do you want to make sure, as the sort of confidant on set, that they understand about the process?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a fun position I'm in because, being the bartender is always the ear to talk to kind of thing. I mean, I leaned on Wells pretty hard when I was in Bachelor in Paradise on the American side. And like you said, being, in Toronto, living with my fiance, planning a wedding that, came from Paradise, I can kind of act a little bit as a big brother, I hope, or a big brother to the cast members. And I kind of have the best of both worlds. I got the production side where I kind of know the ins and outs, but I also get to be kind of a friend of the contestants, and that's always what the bartender's job is. I just want to have some fun, and like I said, I get no stress, serve some drinks, have some drinks, and hopefully it's a fun summer.
Hey, do you have to go to bartending school before you hit up Paradise?
Well, luckily, my fiance was a bartender in college. I think she's going to give me a crash course on ordering drinks. I'm good at ordering drinks. I'm not the best at making them, so I got to work on that.
Based on your experience being in Paradise, what is like a typical drink? Like, what are you expecting people to order? Are they ordering extravagant things, or are they just keeping it simple, like vodka soda, rum and Coke, maybe a margarita here and there?
I feel like, similar to what Roz said about the rip thing, everyone comes with that mindset of let's stay ripped. So it's a lot of like tequila sodas or like low cal, maybe a splash of cranberry, but nothing too crazy. I won't be doing too many pina coladas.
Okay, so there's no funnel behind the bar then.
Well, it is Canada.
Okay, because honestly, Kev, if you don't get at least one of those guys to do a keg stand, I think you may have failed at your job.
Episode one. We'll
Thank you. Now, how does this work? Are you and Astrid able to are you able to still be together while you're shooting? Because I know you're not a contestant. So when they're not shooting, are you guys, or do you have to be apart from each other for this whole time?
I'm not sure if Astrid's going to be involved with the show yet. I guess that's kind of still being discussed, but I know she's going to come and quarantine with me. We do the full quarantine with the cast, and you're just in the Paradise bubble, just like the American franchise has done the last few seasons. You just have to be in the bubble start to finish. So yeah, I've been working on getting holidays off the fire department, all that stuff, so I can go away and just be fully in it for the whole filming. Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin, we know that you've been announced as the bartender for Bachelor in Paradise Canada, which will be airing on City. Do you know, based on your conversations with people, do you know who they've already reached out to from Bachelor Nation to be a part of this?
So I feel like I shouldn't know, but the American people who get the calls, they got pretty loose lips, especially because they know I'm the Canadian contact.
Yeah.
So I've had a few people reach out and ask, what are my thoughts? And obviously I say, this is going to be a nice, fresh or breath of fresh air for the franchise. I think showcasing our lakefront Paradise is it's just going to be a cool show. And I've talked to a few Americans. The cast is going to be pretty good.
Did you have a conversation with production to say, hey, listen, I'm all for doing this and going in and playing the part and having a good time and throwing some advice around. But please, if you could not cast somebody who I have previously made out with, that would be great.
You know what? That's not a conversation we've had, but I should probably have that one.
I would think that maybe you should, man.
Yeah, I'll get on that today.
And so, Kev, tell us about this, because here's something that I don't think has ever been done in the franchise before. But so with Bachelor in Paradise Canada, you're going to have folks from Bachelor Nation be a part of this.
And it's going to be cool to watch.
I know that 3 finalists have been selected, and the voting is taking place right now, citytv.com.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos from these 3 finalists? What are your thoughts, and how do you think that they're going to make it on Bachelor in Paradise Canada? How do you think they're going to do?
Well, like I said, I feel like it's such a cool opportunity because you get to kind of fly in. There'll be some pretty big names from America that if they're true fans of the show, they might be a little thrown back to see, first day. So I think it's just exciting for whoever gets the chance, but you never know. It could be 2. It could end up being 3 or 4 of them. I don't think they fully understand how many are going to be in the show. It's just going to kind of roll with the punches. That's usually how Paradise works.
Man, if Claire and Benoit show up, I'm sold, bro.
Could you imagine?
Okay, if Claire and Benoit show up, we got a good show on our hands.
Okay.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Have Claire and or Benoit texted you yet?
I will not say. I'm not put that one hard.
Yo, if they didn't, you would have said no.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I do feel like Claire can't go 1 year without doing a show, so she might have to come back.
Exactly.
I think that text was sent.
Yeah. You're the best. Congratulations on this. Everybody is so pumped for Bachelor in Paradise Canada. The bartender job, as you said, is the sweetest gig in the world. And please, keg stand episode 1, okay?
Amazing. Thank you guys for having me on.
Much love to you, brother. You take care.
Okay, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
You see the story about Tandy Newton?
Who is that?
Remember that she's oh my gosh, she's been around forever. Actress from I guess Westworld was the last like real big thing she did.
Okay.
One of these stories where, and I always assume that when somebody's changed their name along the way in show business, it's because some manager or agent said that it's either too hard to pronounce or there's somebody else already in the union with a name like yours.
Sure.
So that's why you get Michael J. Fox and so on and so forth, right?
That's not his real name.
Well, no, but you have to put the J in there because I'm sure that there was somebody in there who already had Michael Fox, right? So that's why you always get those things, right? Michael B. Jordan, right? You know, not to be confused with.
Right.
You have to have something that differentiates you. And oftentimes, stars will have names that are too hard to pronounce, or back in the day, they were too, what, Maury?
Just FYI, there is no J. Michael J. Fox. His actual middle name is Andrew.
There you go. Tandy Newton.
Okay, yeah.
Is one of these stars that changed her name along the way, but it wasn't because of the advice of any sort of management. She changed her name because in 1991, when she did her first film, a movie called Flirting with Nicole Kidman, they misspelled her name in the credits. And then for 30 years, she just went with it.
What? They misspelled Tandy?
Yeah. So her real name is Tandiwe. So Tandy is spelled Thandie. Tandy Newton.
Oh, I got to spell this out so I can read it properly. What is it?
Okay. Thandie Newton.
Thandie Newton.
Okay?
Okay.
Tandy. Sure.
Tandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But her actual name is spelled Thandiwe.
Oh, so they just forgot the W.
They forgot the W, and for 30 years, she just went with it.
Do you think because she just liked the way it looked?
No, because people just don't want to cause a fuss, right?
Maybe new actress.
Yeah, you're just
in a
starting
movie with a big
out.
star.
Yes, all of that stuff. So now, after 30 years, Tandy Newton is going to start going by Thandiwe Newton.
No,
which
too
is
late.
her actual. Do you think it's too late?
I think it's too
you
late.
You can't reclaim what is yours
after 30 years.
After all these years,
no. I say that that's wrong.
Really?
I think
huh?
that's.
I was like all happy for, but you say too far gone.
Yeah, if you're in the biz,
Yeah.
you're in the business,
Right.
You're still doing this thing,
Right.
You have this 30-year career where you had multiple opportunities, even at your second job.
Yeah.
You could have said to someone, hey, they misspelt my name in the credits for the last movie I was in.
Yeah.
Didn't want to say anything. It was
No.
my first big role.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman was in the movie.
Sure.
Big star.
Yeah.
Here's the proper way of spelling. But she went 30 years. That's
Right.
on you.
Okay. Well,
That's on you,
I,
Thandie.
on the other hand, am very happy for Thandiwe Newton. Maureen.
As a fun fact, this is exactly how Andy Warhol got his name. They dropped the A in Vanity Fair. It's Warhola.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Andy Warhola and Thandiwe Newton.
No.
After
too
all
late.
these years. Too late?
You had your chance.
Wow.
And you screwed up.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you see that clip of Pete Davidson on Fallon talking about how he lied to Alec Baldwin about what he does for a workout routine?
What? No.
And then Baldwin wound up doing it in his own life.
No.
Yeah.
He totally trolled Alec Baldwin?
Well, it wasn't. Listen to Pete Davidson tell the story because it wasn't so much that he trolled him, more so that he just didn't want to embarrass him, I guess.
New York City is now legal. They're legalizing weed.
No?
No, the other one.
Oh.
Alec Baldwin.
There we go.
Yeah. He asked you, how do you stay in shape? Is it true that you do 100 push-ups and sit-ups?
No. So I was on set and Alec was hosting, and it was a sketch where I had to be shirtless and like I'm a little bit cut or whatever. So he came up. There's no like nice way to say that. Okay?
I've never said that.
Yeah. So he came up to me and he was like, "What do you do?" And I didn't want to be rude and say, like, I just still have metabolism. So I'm not in my mid-50s. I just wake up like this. So to make him feel better, I was like, oh man, I do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups every day. And he was like, got it. And then he got the Trump gig, and so I would see him every week, and every time we would run into the hall, he'd be like, 100 a day. And he started to do it, and he lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it says it's all because of me.
Hey, but isn't that a thing? Isn't that a... Hold on here.
Yeah, it might be a thing, but Pete Davidson is not doing that thing.
Isn't there like 100 push-up? Isn't there a challenge? Not a challenge, but like a military-style workout where every day you're supposed to do or work your way up to doing like 100 push-ups,
Sure.
100 sit-ups. I think
But
it's
for
like
people
100
who work out,
squats.
for people who work out,
Something
100
like that.
sit-ups is nothing. For people who work out, like it's nothing. That you barely break a sweat doing 100
Yeah,
sit-ups.
but I
When you're
think-
like a workout man, guy, girl, whatever, when
Yeah.
that's your life, doing 100 sit-ups is nothing.
Yeah, I think Pete Davidson was like, yes, he made it up that's
Yeah.
what he does, and Alec Baldwin started doing it. But I'm pretty sure that there's something in there where it's like working your way up to doing 100 push-ups, sit-ups, or whatever.
Back in the
combo
90s,
every
I
day.
would do an easy 250 with the ab roller.
Oh, are you being serious?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
With the ab roller.
With the ab roller.
Now, is that the one?
Easy. The ab
The
roller.
little wheel with the handlebars?
No,
on
no,
the
no,
side
no.
where you would roll out and then pull yourself back in?
No. The ab roller was that giant round metal contraption that you put
Yeah.
your head on. It had a head pad on it. And you had pads that you held your arms on, and it rolled you like you would push it, and it rolled you forward.
Yeah.
Moms had them, right? It's
in my parents' basement right now.
Thank you. It was the ab roller and the thigh master, and then when you were recovering on weekends, you'd strap yourself up to Dr. Ho. Right? Like that. And that was the Pete Davidson workout of my day. But man, back in the day, you could easily do 250 on an ab roller. Easily do 250 on an ab roller. I would knock that out watching.
How about right now?
What, 250 right now? Please. I couldn't. I was blow drying my hair this morning.
Yeah.
I had to take a break because even holding a hairdryer above my head for 5 minutes, okay, I couldn't. My problem was this. I started sweating from the workout of drying my hair, that as I was drying it, my hair was getting wet again. So I literally had to pause, shut it all down, get a glass of water, go back in, finish drying my hair. So could I do 250 right now? No is the answer.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is... Got a problem you can't fix.
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Elle. How are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. Thank
you.
What's happening?
I have a new brother, and my dad wants to give him a family heirloom that was promised to me.
Like you have a new brother, as in like a baby brother, or?
Long lost.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you wrote us this. Razamoka, a few years ago, I found out that I have another brother. We get along well, and I'm happy to have him in my life. But I found out recently that my dad is planning to send a family heirloom to him as a surprise gift. I absolutely agree that he should have family things because he is family too, but this is something very special to me, and he has zero interest in it. I've tried to explain this to my dad, but he refuses to listen. I think my dad only wants to give it to him to get in his good books because my brother is fairly famous and extremely wealthy. I've thought about talking to my brother about it, but I don't want to seem petty or create trouble with him.
Yo, who the hell is your brother?
He invented something that's... Yeah, he invented something.
We can bleep it. We can bleep it. We'll bleep it. I need to know this.
Okay. His name is... He invented... And now he runs a company that does...
Oh, wow. That's like super rich, huh? Okay, so he's okay.
Yo, he got money. Okay, so can you tell us, Elle, what is the family heirloom? Can you say that?
Yes. So it's a portrait of my grandfather, our grandfather, from right before he left for World War II. It's the official portrait, and it's like in the official government frame. It's actually really beautiful. It's all hand carved. It says like for king and country. It's about the size of a large laptop, so it's like a fairly good size.
Sure, yeah.
We actually have it because of me, because we had it most of my life, and then when my grandfather died, we gave it back to my grandmother because my grandparents met during the war, so it was like only right that she have it. And then after my grandmother died, I was the one who brought it back home. So it's something that's like always been really special to me. I've actually looked into having it copied, but because of the way the frame the frame is part of what makes it so special, but also because of the way the frame is, in order to have it copied, you basically have to destroy it. Like the way it's like all nailed together. Jesus. And because it's like it's about 80 years old, I've been told that like the picture's like adhered to the glass on the front. So if you tried to take it apart to copy it, you'd probably destroy it.
Okay, so you love this thing.
Very much.
You've had moments in your life where you've made the decision to protect this thing and bring it back to the family so nothing bad ever happened to it,
And
right?
you seem to know a hell of a lot about this photo, too.
Why does your dad want to give this to your rich brother?
My best guess, and this is like complete guess, my grandfather in the photo looks a lot like my brother. Like my dad and my brother have no resemblance to each other, but like my grandfather in this photo, like there's a resemblance to my brother.
Gotcha.
My other guess is my dad is somebody who tends to show like love and affection through money, like here, go buy yourself something kind of thing. And he can't really do that with my brother because my brother's extremely wealthy.
Extremely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you said that you just found out that you had a brother, did your dad know about your brother? Like, did they maintain a relationship at all?
No. So we knew he existed, or my parents knew he existed, but they had no idea who was my dad's child.
Oh, wow.
So is he now like a part of your family? Like you guys talk all the time?
100%.
Okay.
100%. Like he lives on the opposite side of the country. Like he lives in LA.
It sounds like also, I bet you he has a boat, huh? He sounds like a guy that has a boat.
He probably named his boat I Love My Grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this guy sounds awesome.
Actually, he's really cool. Like he's a really cool person. Like a really cool person.
Sure. So what do you do? Well, I think you got a couple options here. One, you could pinch it. You could take it, put it away somewhere.
I've actually thought about that, but like it's not somewhere where I could do that.
I think that your only play, because your dad is obviously trying to make good on years of doing nothing with a son that he didn't know he had, and then he finds out he's rich. So why wouldn't you kiss a little ace, right? So I think that your only play here is to go directly to the brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think that your only play is to say, hey, listen, we are not stranger to stranger. I know we didn't have a life together, but I am your sister, and we need to talk right now like brother and sister. This is what's about to go down. This is what this thing means to me. This is what I've done to make sure that this thing stays safe in the family, and I was really planning on having it in my life for the rest of my life. I think that your only play is to go to your brother with it, and if your dad chooses to then still send it to him, maybe the brother sends it back to you because you guys have this sibling thing and you've built a bond over it, and you've opened up.
That's the other thing, because I actually talked to both Canada Post and U.S. Customs, and they both told me do not send it through the mail because of the way the frame is. U.S. Customs would slice it up. So if it goes into the mail, it's going to be destroyed.
What if your brother just took the private jet up here?
That's true.
I think that this is a conversation between you and your brother. Like, tell your brother everything. Just say, listen, this guy wants to send this thing through the mail. I've already talked to people who have all of them have advised against even doing that. Here's how I feel about it. Tell your brother the whole story, and then tell him you'll give him something else nice that's family-ish to hang in the boat.
Well, that's the other thing, because I already gave him a framed copy of my grandparents, and he was just like, cool, but I don't know these people.
Yeah, you got to talk to him about this. He'll be reasonable. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, he'll be reasonable.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
So today is going to be a sexy ass day.
Oh.
19 degrees.
Excuse me.
And here I am wearing a sweater like a jabroni. 19 degrees is what we're getting to today. Sun cloud mix. Mainly sunny, though.
Yeah,
I ain't mad.
It was the same. It was warmer outside this morning than it was in the house when I walked out.
It's going to be gorgeous. So get outside.
I was okay with that.
Socially distance and enjoy.
Yeah, and it makes sense now, especially with everybody back in lockdown. And it hurt a little bit less this time because it's nice out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right? You can just go outside.
For sure.
Go for a walk. You can go sit in the yard or your balcony or do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, get together with friends.
Yeah, you can hang out and
hit up a patio, right? Get some drinks.
Please.
Go to the beach and hang out.
Feels different this time, though. People are pissed.
Yeah.
As they should be.
I agree.
It's tough. It's really hard. And they're going to start doing vaccines for different postal codes and stuff like that, which is what they should have been doing from the beginning, but they didn't.
I wonder if the situation in the States kind of like got them to jump and really kick things up a notch. Once we started seeing, especially in the past like 2 weeks, what they've been doing in the States, and especially in New York, right? Where like pretty much everyone's going to be vaccinated by like next week or week and a half, that they kind of like kick things into high gear because we've already known that the country had X amount of vaccines, more than enough for people, right? But they just weren't doing anything with them.
I'll tell you, when it really hit home for me yesterday was I left here and I went and did a full day with ET Canada from home. I do the show from home. And yesterday afternoon, I was interviewing Howie Mandel. Over Zoom. Howie Mandel, when COVID happened last year, he showed up in a full hazmat suit to do America's Got Talent. You remember, right? And Howie Mandel,
like, told you.
Howie Mandel, like very much on the leading edge of wash your hands, be safe, don't breathe on me, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Terrified. Howie Mandel hasn't like left his house to do anything when all of this was in the thick of it. And I'm interviewing Howie Mandel yesterday, and Howie Mandel is like, "Are you still in Toronto?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Man, I'm sorry."
Oh no.
Yeah, he's like when you talk to Howie Mandel and he's cool.
Yeah.
About everything that's going on because he lives in Los Angeles, right? And he looks looks at you like poor you. You know you're in a bad way.
And in LA, it was less than 6 months ago where they were the worst.
Yeah, and then they're going to be fine.
Place.
They're all going to be fine.
And they're going to be fine.
They're all going to be fine.
I got to say, man, because it's funny you bring up Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
Because I may be following in Howie Mandel's footsteps when it comes to certain things, the way he lives his life.
Yeah.
Because COVID, I'm not going to lie, COVID kind of messed me up.
Yeah.
I think I might be done with handshakes.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people are.
I'm going to just be a fist bump kind of guy.
Yeah. Even that, though, it's still like fist bumps are fine. But it's like somehow if you think that my knuckles are any cleaner than my fingertips,
no,
I got news for you.
I know.
You don't know what I do with my knuckles.
I'm just putting out the warning right now. Like, don't reach to shake my hand because I will not.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I can't remember if Howie Mandel.
He used to fist bump. He
just does fist bumps, right? Like if somebody reaches their hand out.
I don't even think he's doing that
He doesn't
anymore.
say it, right? He doesn't say or he just like goes in for a fist bump if you go in for a handshake.
He backs up and he puts his fist out by his chest.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be my move.
That's your move?
Yeah, that's going to be my
move.
Yeah. Like maybe you guys, like we're all in our own little bubble here in this room.
Yeah.
Like I'll shake your
I
hands.
don't like touching people anyway, though.
Right? But like I just think in general, I think I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably safe for a while at least, right? Until you accidentally do it one day and then you're just going to obsess about it for the next 24 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
Light my hand
you're
on
going to be
fire.
like on that guy's Twitter being like looking for updates.
Yeah.
You still healthy, bro? You still good?
Howie, I need you.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
So there were pictures of Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell together.
Oh, yeah? Like recent?
In New York, yeah. And then one of their reps told people that they are not together. He supports her as a friend. He is not looking for a relationship, but they're hanging out.
Like, where were they?
I don't know. They were spotted together in New York.
Huh.
Don't know what they were doing, but they're
But they have to know,
hanging
like,
out.
if they are outside in public, in a place like New York City, there's going to be cameras around. Someone's going to snap a
I
shot.
don't know, because they were just hanging out. It doesn't say anything other than hanging out, so I don't know. I don't know what that means. Just kicking it, but it's weird, man. Like if you went through all that publicly and then the awkwardness on the show, like I would just FaceTime me, like
completely.
let's not go out. This is gonna
Shoot me a text.
ruin my week. If we
In
hang
your
out.
week.
Yeah.
Both of our weeks.
Yeah. And then people are going to wonder if we're back together. And then I'm going to have to deal with the whole thing of like whether I'm contributing to rehabbing your relationship. And then I got to start getting dragged into this again.
It's
and-
only been like a month since.
Okay, but
we wrapped up the show, right?
Sure. What if he loves her though?
Okay.
Right? Let's just say that, you know, after all that went down with the sort of racial, racist, all that stuff that went down, everything that went down on After the Final Rose with the new host and all of it. What if he still loves her? What if he just can't quit her? Can he go back to her? Would it be acceptable? Would it be acceptable in any world?
Not in public.
No. But what if
No
he
way.
loves her? He can't just say, I love this woman and get back together with her? People wouldn't accept that?
With the way that story went?
Yeah.
Sure, he could love her.
Yeah. But you
right?
don't think he can get
I
back
don't
together
think-
with her?
I don't think.
No?
I don't think so, man. No. I don't think the public would. I think he'd
But
be
who are
eaten
we?
alive.
But who are we though?
I know exactly. Who are we?
Who are we?
Right? Maybe she's a changed person, right? Maybe they've had conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But who are we? Maury.
Just wanted to let you know his last post was that he made banana bread.
Okay, great.
Okay, hold on though.
Yeah.
Important question.
Well,
Banana
he
bread
said
for one or
somebody
two?
violated his banana bread because they cut it down the middle and took a chunk out.
I bet you it was that racist ex of his. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn that, James.
Only somebody. But that's how they used to do it back in the antebellum days, I bet. Right? Just cut bread right down the middle. That's all she knows.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Jen, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Well, my 16-year-old daughter has been a nightmare, and I'm just at a loss.
Oof. Yeah, you wrote it says, Roz Mocha fixed my life. I'm a 35-year-old single mom, and my 16-year-old has stolen my car multiple times and has been a nightmare this past year. When she failed 2 classes in grade 11, I started to take away privileges. No more horse. Sold the car, and next was the phone. She ran away to go live with her estranged father and refuses to speak with me. I got her a counselor and everything, but she won't talk to me at all. The police won't help. It's been 6 weeks without my daughter, and I'm so distraught, and I need help, please. Oof.
What is her father saying about all this? Have you talked to him at all?
Yeah, so we've had an up and down relationship, but I have communicated with him a little bit. Her dad isn't taking the parent approach. He's being more of her friend.
Yeah.
So he's allowing her out. I heard through him that he let her go out till 1 a.m. a couple weekends ago. Just lets her do everything. And she's from her schooling, I can see she's behind in over 8 assignments still. So she's still not passing her next semester.
So, of course, she doesn't want to live with you.
Of course.
Right? That makes
Because you're being the
makes
parent,
perfect sense.
and he's not enforcing anything. He's just letting her run wild.
Yeah.
So why is he letting her do this? Guilt, right?
Well, and I think so because he hasn't really been in her life actively like that for so long. So I think he's kind of taking it as oh, now I've got family with me.
She's he feels guilty for being a lousy dad, and she's taking advantage of that guilt, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is that sort of leave the kid off to the side for one quick second, and what you guys have to do is you and the father need to have a long conversation. And you need to have a conversation about how you don't have to get along, okay? You don't even have to like each other. What you guys are in right now is you are business partners, and the company you're building is a 16-year-old girl. And the only objective between the two of you is to not let it fail. And and that needs to be the conversation that you have. You guys, you don't even have to talk about anything else. You don't have to communicate. You don't have to be cordial. You just have to be on the same page that the only mandate between the two of you is to not screw this kid up. And if you're not on that same page, it's not going to work because he's going to continue to feel guilty, and all the responsibility and the heavy lifting will wind up on you, as it does with most moms. And she's going to continue to take advantage because the advantage is there to be had. So that's where you have to start, is that you guys have to both be on the same page. Now, do you run the risk of her, like, pushing her away completely, all this stuff? Sure, but you reduce her areas where she wants to go, and you sort of want to build ways to have conversation before the running. Right?
Right.
And you got to figure out why the running happens. You got to figure out why she doesn't want to be with you other than you're a hard ass who takes away her phone and sells the car.
And that's all I've done is take away privileges from her.
Instead, you guys have to communicate as much as you punish, maybe even more so.
Jen, when you say that you got her a counselor, like what else is going on in her life that you felt like you needed outside of everything that you explained to us? Obviously, there's something else going on. What is she dealing with anything, like anything emotional? Is she dealing with anything with people at school or?
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking, because she kind of got involved in a wrong crowd that I didn't really approve of, which kind of started the snowball effect. But I figured also because of being locked down and everything, she was maybe a little bit depressed. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because her stealing my car and doing that was careless. And I mean, she's never been like that before. So I don't know if she held like a little resentment towards me for anything. So we did some joint counseling for like 2 months, and we did she did one-on-one. And I mean, as far as I knew at that point, when it was all done, like we were fine. But she just took off a couple weeks, 6 weeks ago.
During the joint counseling, like what? I mean, you don't have to share obviously everything, but did she express to you what she was going through, or what was on her mind, or what she was feeling?
She was just really quiet. There wasn't really much that was told to me, and she just said, we're working on things, but I didn't really get a lot from her at the time. So I told her, like, if I'm getting you a counselor, you might as well tell them everything, because that's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah. I think Roz is right, though. I think you have to tackle this with her father as well, and you both have to be on the same page.
Most times, too, it's not most times when somebody does run, it's usually over something specific, right?
Right.
And it just, everything just sort of builds up, and then they bail, because bailing is an immediate response to get out of a specific situation. And when you start sort of stacking all of these things, then, you're building more walls, and then you just punish. But you gotta be able to, priority number one is being able to talk to your daughter, right? Like it's not about the phone. It's not about, staying out. Like you need, all of those things can be worked on together, but you have to be able to talk about them. And when you just start, laying hammers down, you're not doing the relationship any good. You have to be like working on open dialogue and having your ex or her father involved in this is always going to be the priority. Punishment is not the priority. You're not she's not going to snap out of it because you've just taken so much away from her. Once you take everything away from her, she leaves because you've left her with nothing else.
Yeah. Well, now you have options. Right? You have a couple more options there.
And you got to figure out what causes the stress, right? You got to figure out what in your environment and in your dynamic is leading to these walls not being able to come down.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree for sure.
Okay.
Does that help, Jen?
No, it does help. I wanted some insight because I didn't know what I should be doing or shouldn't be doing.
Okay. And just always let her know you love her.
I do. I always send her messages.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jen.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
So Bieber dropped a surprise album yesterday.
Yeah. What the hell's that all about? What's that all about?
6 songs. And he just put on social freedom.
Is that extras, you think?
Yeah, I just think these are all songs that were from the Justice album, like maybe from the same sessions, that he didn't end up using, because a week after he released Justice, he also released the deluxe version that had like 6 more bonus tracks on there.
I don't think if the album did as well as it did, we'd ever hear these songs. I think that you can release extra songs on an EP, just sort of drop it without saying anything when your album's crushing it.
Yeah.
How are they? I haven't heard them yet.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Big up to my brother. Blessings, sons and daughters.
Did you just say big up to my brother? Yes,
he sure did.
We in search of living water.
This one's called Freedom, by the way.
too blind to see the Messiah. Are you weary? Are you tired?
This is kind of a little bit like on a Drake vibe. And this is another song on the album, too. That is a little Drake-ish. What's the other one? There's one called All She Wrote. This is new music from Justin Bieber, by the way.
We reject what we don't understand. We turn our backs on our fellow man. I want to change, but my heart is bleeding. Heart is hard and can't nobody see me. I want to be there for the ones that need me. I can't stand the pain I see on TV. Jealous cause they want to be me. Damn it, man, this life ain't easy. It takes over me. My unforgiveness keeps controlling me. Damn it, I gotta get a hold of me.
Like, I don't mind it, to be honest with you. And I think these would have been great, like, in between some of the other songs on the Justice album, right?
This ain't a simulation, it's a blessing. Is it a mistake or is it destined?
Let me play another one. There's one where he, like, pretty much raps like the entire song. I think it was this one. It's called We're in This Together.
Guess I knew it was the only thing stable. When I was young, I could pick things up quick. Anything that I did, I was pretty good at it. Well, I started school, I was a troublemaker. Thought I knew everything in life, yeah, that caught up to me later. I had to learn about humility. I had to grow up and accept responsibility. Yeah, that wasn't easy, cause at 17 I had a milli. Women throwing themselves at me had me going silly. On the surface I felt like the man, but deep inside I felt deprived, just like an empty can. I've had everything in life that people strive for. Just to ask the question, what are we alive for?
I knew you'd get a kick out of that line.
Come on.
Empty can?
Come on. You write this, Maury? Yeah.
Anyway, there's like 3 more songs. There's in total 6 songs on this Freedom album that
I don't
Justin
mind
Bieber
it.
dropped.
What are you
busy
gonna
their
do?
house was. So at the same time that Justin released Freedom, because I saw on Hailey Bieber's Instagram.
On
Hailey Bieber?
Oh, it sounded like you said Hilly Bieber. Just now. Okay, go on.
She baked a ton of cinnamon buns and 5 cakes.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So he's releasing the album. There's busy house.
He didn't record it yesterday.
I know.
It's not like he's down in the studio. I got to get this out by midnight. And she's like, let me bring you a cake. Like, this was presumably all ready to go.
One would assume.
No, it's not how he spent his weekend.
Yeah,
I
like,
thought, okay.
like he had a long weekend. He was like, I'm going to record these 6 songs.
Speaking
and then, like.
Speaking of empty cans, more.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm going through the financial breakdowns of Britney's legal fight.
Oh, geez.
So here's the crazy thing with like court hearings and fights and all this other stuff is when one person has to pay everybody's legal fees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's wild. Like if you lose, then they can try and recoup some of their costs, everything else. But the problem is because it's Britney fighting her dad for the conservatorship over the Britney estate. There's no other side in this.
No, she's essentially just fighting herself.
Yes. So the financial breakdown works out like this. For the period of October 2020 to February 2021, the 4 months in which this like portion of the fight is played out. Jamie, her dad, his attorney charged $821,390.25 in legal fees.
Wow.
$72,000 in costs for a grand total of $893,751.86 for a legal rate of $1,090 per hour.
Oh my God.
On top of that, the conservator of Britney's estate overseeing her financial problems, he's now racking up with a separate law firm, $574,625.19. Okay? So basically, she's fighting to get him to not be the conservator.
Yeah.
While he is the conservator, he still has to pay lawyers
So he's using her money.
to manage everything. Brittany still pays that, and she also has to pay to fight her dad to get him to not be the conservator anymore. He refuses to let go. Brittany said in the past that she's afraid of him. So she's also retained a lawyer who has now racked up $412,000, $288.26.
Jeez.
Okay. For a grand total that Brittany is on the hook for of $2.4 million.
Oh, jeez.
This is in October 2020 to February 2021.
2 mil. Over 2
2
mil.
mil. Over 2 mil in 4 months. 4 months is what you're on the hook
And
for
we don't even
with
know
lawyers.
in the amount of years that she's been going through this,
No.
how much more she's also spent.
Also, Brittany's dad collects $16,000 a month in salary.
From her money, though?
From her money, from managing her estate.
That's insane.
He collects $16,000 a month to manage her estate, which works out to $192,000 a year. Also, he charges her $2,000 for office space that he then uses to fight her to keep control
This
of
is
all
so
her stuff.
wild.
And she pays it all.
This is so wild.
She
Well,
pays,
she has to, right?
She pays everything because all the money within this fight comes out of the money that Brittany has made. It comes out of the pool that they're all trying to protect.
Yeah.
So the fight for it is now being paid for by the money within that pool.
What a crazy story.
Right? $16,000 a month is what her dad has given himself in salary.
Man, I feel so bad for that girl.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So my guy DMX is still on life support in that hospital in New York. It's almost a week now that he was taken there after suffering from a heart attack due to a drug overdose, allegedly. And then there's all these reports yesterday. They said it's not true, but these reports were coming out yesterday that were saying that while on life support, DMX also has COVID.
Right.
But then fact check, it's not true.
No.
But let me play this for you because over the years we've heard of DMX and his substance abuse.
Yeah.
And when a person is in excess use of this stuff, you always wonder, like, when did it start? How did it start? Right? At like what age? And listen to this crazy story. This is DMX on a podcast back in November talking about when he was introduced to drugs and who gave him his first drug. And let me tell you, I'm just going to warn you right now, this is absolutely heartbreaking. It's sad because you can hear in DMX's voice how emotional he's getting retelling the story.
This guy, he introduced me to what would be the best part of my life, which would be the rap. But he also, at the end of my life, is blessed with the curse. And the curse aspect of it was, like I said, I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do anything. I'm 14 years old. Why would you do that to a child? And he like 30. You know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him.
Yeah.
He knew how I looked up to him. You know what I'm saying? And why would you do that to somebody who looks up to you like this? I mean, the monster was born. The monster was born. I mean, and like I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I mean, like I said, especially to someone that you supposedly love. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
And then he goes on to say and talk about what it was, what that drug was that he was tricked into taking from this guy that he looked up to, his mentor.
Me and my man went to a robbery one night, and it was his birthday, and we came back, we spent the money. I said, hey, take this, go get something nice for your birthday, whatever. So he came back with a blunt rolled up, and he passed the blunt around, and, wow. And I hit the blunt, and I'm like, I never felt like this, like, it just me up. I'm like, I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack.
Oof,
He laced it with crack.
First time he did drugs, he did crack, huh?
Yeah.
My God.
And that was kind of the gateway for DMX.
My God.
Getting into drugs.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, here we go.
All right, Mocha, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Danielle Bregoli.
Who's that again?
Cash Me Outside.
How about that?
Bad Baby.
Yeah.
So she just turned 18 last week.
Oh, happy birthday.
She joined OnlyFans.
Oh.
She made $1 million in 6 hours.
Say that again?
She made $1 million in 6 hours. Apparently, she made $757,000 on subscriptions alone, then $5,500 in tips, and then $267,000 on direct message tips.
What?
If you remember when Bella Thorne joined OnlyFans, she made her first mill in 24 hours. Cash Me Outside.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I was waiting for you to say it, but I
How about
appreciate that. How about that? Did it in 6.
Catch me outside. How about that?
6 hours.
I didn't know you could make like separate money through DMs as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, there's there's tons of Maury. Come in here with your
vast knowledge.
Your vast knowledge, please, of OnlyFans.
Hey, if you're going to be an expert on anything,
go ahead.
Okay, so you have to. Some people charge $8, $5 for you to send them a DM of an emoji or hello
They
or
charge
anything.
you to just be able to send them a DM.
And the worst part is when they see
That's
it says
not the worst.
seen and they don't
Yeah.
even write back.
They just take your money.
They just leave you on red.
Yeah.
Oh,
Catch me outside. How about that?
there you
Yo.
go. Yeah,
Hold on,
$1
but-
million, 6 hours.
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, man. That girl's 18.
Yep.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catherine O'Hara, thank you, Maury.
You're welcome.
Catherine O'Hara's Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek picked up the Screen Actors Guild Award last night for Best Actress in a Comedy.
Thank you, SAG-AFTRA members, for watching our show and for placing me in the company of these uniquely and consistently funny women. I share this with Annie Murphy. I'm flattered anyone might believe I could be her mother. Annie is a beautiful soul. And, of course, for Eugene and Daniel Levy and their amazing writers, their hilariously empathic storytelling gave me and everyone in the town from which I am currently estranged every possible chance to love, be loved, make happy fools of ourselves, and blossom into the best we could be. And as if that wasn't enough, now this. Thank you.
So that makes Catherine O'Hara, she won all 5 major acting awards this year for that role. So that was the Emmy, the Golden Globe, the TCA, the Critics' Choice, and the SAG Award.
Yo, she should get another award just for that.
Just for that. Thank you.
How is WWE not presenting her with a championship belt?
I don't know. That makes her only the 4th person in history to sweep all 5 major
That's
TV acting awards.
ultimate.
Which, by the way, like the first one only happened in like 2016.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the first time that happened was in 2016. Because I don't know, maybe one of these award shows is sort of new or something like that. I don't know. But it was Sarah Paulson. She was the first one that did it. And then Phoebe Waller-Bridges did it. And then somebody else did it as well. 2 other people did it as well. But anyway, there you go. That.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Daniel Kaluuya had a great weekend. He started off hosting SNL on Saturday, won the SAG Award last night. That is what else did he win? He won the SAG, the Globe, and the Critics' Choice Awards. So he's had a great run at the award season. This is a little bit of Daniel from his opening monologue on SNL.
I know you're hearing my accent and thinking, oh no, he's not black. He's British. Let me reassure you that I am black. I'm black. And I'm British. Basically, I'm what the royal family was worried the baby would look like.
Yo, I like him a lot. It always trips me up whenever somebody uses, like, I know them from a movie or television show from having, like, an American accent.
Yes.
But in real life, they have a British accent.
Yes.
It's so weird.
Yes.
Right?
Especially late in life when you realize that.
Super
where it's like
weird.
people that you've watched, because that always used to happen on, like, you know, kids' movies and stuff like that,
Sure.
where you had no idea that the accent was the accent.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jason Sudeikis won again at the SAG Awards last night, and he did not wear a hoodie. He wore a 70s Gucci style black sweater with the iconic feminist slogan, "My body, my choice" on it. Retails for $1,100.
Wow.
Right? Damn. And we know that he wore the hoodie that he wore the first time he wore a hoodie, which was the tie-dyed one, was from his sister's dance studio. And then at the Critics' Choice Awards, he wore another hoodie, which was from Crockett High, the fictional high school in his ex-wife Olivia Wilde's debut film Booksmart.
Yeah.
So he broke the hoodie tradition, but still managed to win, which is great.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
DMX suffered a heart attack after an apparent drug overdose on Friday. And I guess the story is that he's still on life support in a hospital in White Plains, New York. Sources tell TMZ that the overdose triggered the heart attack, and he has, quote, some brain activity, according to TMZ. This is DMX's lawyer, Murray Richmond.
I'm not in touch with any doctors. I'm in touch with members of the family, and that's the source of my information. I pray for him and hope for him. And I know that I hope that he's going to make it.
Oof.
It was so weird
I know
because
that he stopped himself when he said, I know he's going to make it.
Because the news came out that he was on life support, and then not that long after, they're like, he's off life support.
Yes.
He's breathing on his own, according to his lawyer.
Right.
And then not long after that, his lawyer came out and said, hey, I was given the wrong information.
Yeah.
That he's still on life support. It's, so sad.
I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bridgerton star, the breakout star Bridgerton, Regé-Jean Page is not coming back for season 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Catherine loved Bridgerton, or she liked Bridgerton. I couldn't get into it. It just wasn't for me.
Same.
The show looked beautiful. People love it. Everything else just wasn't for me. But I guess...
Why is he not? Is it like, did he have a falling out with somebody?
No, that's what I had thought, because this is the Shonda Rhimes show, right? Yeah. But I guess the way that it worked was that this was always supposed to be a one and done, and that every season of this show, it's like an anthology, and from each book, it's going to be dedicated to one of the different siblings' love story. So this was always going to be a one and done. And I know a lot of fans took it real hard because they love the guy.
Yeah.
They want him to be the next James Bond. They love the guy, but no, it was always supposed to be this way. Like, there was no firing, there was no sort of animosity, there was no anything like that. It's just this was the deal that they had set up from the very beginning.
So the story will continue, but just from a different...
I don't know the show, but I know,
or like a different person, I mean?
So I know that with each book, and then I guess with seasons, it's going to be dedicated to one of the different siblings' love stories.
Okay.
So I don't know who they're going to do this upcoming season, but it's going to move on, basically.
But what? He's like not going to be able to like pop up?
No, he's done.
Like that's it?
Yes.
Like they're not
done.
going to reference him whatsoever?
I
Like
don't
he played such
know.
a big part in this family's life.
I don't know.
And then what do they do? Like kill him off or something?
No,
or
he's
say
just
that
gone.
He moved away?
He's gone. They're focusing on others now. They're focusing on
I know,
others.
but if they're family,
Okay,
like, you know what I mean? Like, they all hang out and see each other.
Yeah, you love this show, huh?
I'm just saying. No, I'm like, give some explanation at least.
Listen,
This
it's
poor
just
guy.
they're just going to move on. It's a whole different story now.
Like, he moved to America.
Yes.
Like, that's how they're going to explain him not being there?
Something like that.
They broke up. It was terrible.
Yes, something like that. Yes. I imagine it'll be exactly like that.
Feel free to use that line, Shonda Rhimes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the story was that a hacker on a low-level hacking forum over the weekend published the phone numbers and personal data of 533 million Facebook users in 106 countries.
Oh, no.
So they reviewed a sample of the leak and verified several records by matching known Facebook users' phone numbers with their IDs. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's cell phone number was among the leaked personal data. However, Facebook says that this is old data from a previous leak. All of this actually went down in 2019, and they found and fixed the issue back then. So what is being published again now is nothing new. This is what was originally leaked in 2019. So
anyone try to call Zuckerberg?
I don't know. They didn't. I read everywhere. Nobody put his number out there. I guess that's wrong. But I would have liked to have given him a call. That would have been cool.
Hey, man, forgot my password. Can you help me out?
Yeah, right? Just
you
stuff like that.
reset my login?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like just real menial stuff.
Yeah. Like poke.
Hey, man, can you bring back poke? Yo, I poked you back in 2012.
When did that happen? Can you still poke? You can't poke, right? No. When did they get rid of that? Because I think that everybody was poking at the very beginning.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then they got rid of poke. But I think by the time they got rid of it, we had all just given up on poke.
Completely.
Right?
You know why? Because everybody back in the day, we were all pinging each other on BlackBerry.
Right. Ping.
I think the poke was replaced by the ping.
It was. Yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. And
right?
Ping, for anybody who doesn't. What?
Poke ended in 2014.
Poke ended in 2014.
Really? That late?
Yeah.
Jeez. And Ping on a BlackBerry, if you never used BlackBerry Messenger, Ping wasn't just something that like made the phone vibrate or whatever. It actually read ping.
Yeah.
On like you would send a ping and somebody would get that ping, but it would actually show up in a text. Ping.
Yeah, in all caps.
Yeah.
Ping was the poke.
Poke was replaced by wave.
Oh. Yeah.
Send a wave.
Yeah.
I guess that's more polite than a poke.
Yeah, because people would just say, I poked you, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see it.
Can't say that.
Yeah. No, I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
DMX's children arrived at his bedside in the New York area hospital to possibly say goodbye. This according to TMZ, as DMX clings to life in the ICU following a heart attack related to an apparent drug overdose. They say that his condition is dire and that this visit could be goodbye for his 15 children.
Oh, boy.
15 children.
That's crazy.
Fans have started to gather outside at a vigil. The Rough Riders showed up, all of it.
Yeah. They did a big prayer vigil yesterday outside the hospital as well.
Thank you for all that he poured into everyone else. On today, we set ourselves aside and we're here to pray for him. So God, we ask right now that as we stand in front of White Plains Hospital, that you would go into his room, that you would speak into his ear, that you would speak to his spirit.
Meanwhile, do you know who Sada Baby is? Rapper. So people are going in on him because he threw up on Instagram and then deleted it. And this is the second time that he's now been accused of being homophobic after posting something and deleting it. But he wrote, Lord, we said Nas X, not DMX.
Oh, no. Why would you do that?
Right?
Come on, man.
So he deleted that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lil Nas X, by the way, celebrating Call Me By Your Name, debuting at #1. He wrote on Twitter, y'all told a 19-year-old who had just escaped the lowest point of his life that he would never have a hit again. You told him to stop while he's ahead. He could have gave up, but 4 million platinum songs and 2 #1s later, he's still here. Thank you to my team and my fans. And Lil Nas X was on a podcast yesterday talking about his love life. Super famous now. Got a couple #1s. What's it like to be Lil Nas X to try to date?
Are you dating anyone right now?
Not right now. Whenever I start dating somebody, like I fall too into them sometimes.
In a bad way or a good way, you think?
Good and bad, because it's like, oh, good. I'm in my whatever my idea of love is right now. But also bad because it's like, oh, this person is occupying maybe too much of my time.
Do you find it easier to date now that you came out a little bit?
It's definitely easier. I mean, because before fame, I dated maybe like 2-3 people, and none of the relationships were like ever like anybody knew besides us two, you know?
That was on the Spout podcast. But the question is, like, Lil Nas X, like, are you or are you not?
I see on YouTube when the captions are on, it calls you, instead of Lil Nas X, it does Little No Sex.
Oh, no.
Are they correct?
That's hilarious. As of now, they are correct. As of right now, at this point in time, they're correct.
Even lap dancing the devil, huh?
Even lap dancing
Even
the
with
devil.
all that.
If that's not going to help you, I don't know what will.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This Texas Rangers game yesterday with the Jays down in Florida was something else, man. 40,000 fans inside Globe Life Field in Arlington.
Yeah.
For the
Jays
home
won,
opener.
too.
The team was allowing 100% capacity. However, they say that health and safety guidelines were still in full force.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's sitting side by side. No masks. I mean, they had masks. Now, masks weren't necessarily around their faces. Check out these fans from the stadium.
We'll follow all the rules, but we're just glad that we're able to come out, hang out, eat, drink, have a good time. I mean, we've been here since, 7 o'clock this morning? Yeah. And we'll be here until 7, 8 o'clock tonight.
Last year was tough. I mean, we had it all planned out. We had the tailgates going, and you know, you just have to go with the times, and it just wasn't safe to come, so you just bear it, and I think America wants to come back. One thing that, you know, maybe the politics change, but the game still stays the same. So
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I took my shot. As long as we maintain distance and wear a mask, we're all good.
There you go. I'll tell you, it looked good, though.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because I saw on Twitter, like, everyone was going in on what it looked like and the amount of people, right? But you also have to remember in Texas, like, they have way more people who were vaccinated than
way more.
Anywhere else.
Way more. Like being here in Canada looking at that, it's horrifying.
Completely.
But it's a different world down there.
And they also have a no mask mandate. Those people who had masks, they chose, well, first of all, the stadium can put in.
Yes, and they did.
A mask policy.
There was a mandatory mask rule inside the park.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But the state of Texas has a no mask mandate anyway.
Don't mess with Texas. Jay's pitcher, Steven Matz, talked about what it was like playing in front of fans.
You say Steven Mask?
Matt.
I'm just kidding. It sounded like
Steven Mask.
Early on, you know, warming up and stuff, you kind of hear the buzz and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But once you step on the mound and you're competing against the hitter, you kind of, you know, forget about everything else. But it was definitely cool. That extra little adrenaline, you know, warming up, getting into the game. It was fun. Felt really good to have fans.
By the way, Jays won 6-2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And they'll play again today.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But no, it looked good, though, right? Like, didn't you
fine.
sort of want to...
I want that here.
You know?
Yes, I want that here.
Like, as much as you want to say, guys, like, what are you doing? Right? But you can't because you just...
What? Because we're here? We're so far behind everything?
Suck, right? Doesn't it make you feel like we suck?
It really does.
We can't
it
do
makes
that.
me feel bad. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It should.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has been voted the sexiest man in Russia.
Okay. Why? Because he said so?
Yeah, because you know what happens if you don't put his name down. They polled 2,000 Russians, and they all say that Putin was, in fact, the hottest in the land.
But like, realistically, who is he going off against?
So, however, it turns out also in that poll that 19% of the men surveyed said that they were the sexiest in Russia.
Of course.
And 18% of the women surveyed said that there were no sexy men in Russia.
Yo, what a diss. Sorry, Russian dudes, but you suck.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Piers Morgan was on Fox News yesterday talking to Tucker Carlson, but I think it was on Tucker Carlson's daytime show. I didn't know that he did a daytime show.
Oh, really?
And they try to casual him up.
Have?
It's weird. They try to casual him up a little bit. Like, they don't let him wear a sports jacket, like a suit jacket or a tie. So he's just sitting there in like a dress shirt. Like he's doing your taxes. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, man.
Block.
Yeah. But this is Piers Morgan's first interview since walking out on Good Morning Britain all those weeks ago.
I still don't believe what they were saying. And in particular, I don't believe what Meghan Markle said. 17 different claims by the pair of them have now been proven to be either completely untrue or massively exaggerated or unprovable. I didn't believe Meghan Markle. A huge furore erupted through the day. I was an outrage. I wasn't allowed to have an opinion that I didn't believe what she was saying, even though it was clear to me in real time as I was watching the interview that there were a number of things which just couldn't be true.
And then they get into, which was really the cause of all the backlash, which was when Pierce alluded to or just straight up said that he didn't believe her, or why he didn't believe her claims that she was suicidal while living inside the palace.
It's not for me to say whether she felt suicidal. That's only for her to know, and I couldn't possibly say. What I was taking issue with was that she claimed she went to two members of the royal household, a senior aide and also to human resources. And she told both of them that she was feeling suicidal and needed help. And both of them rejected that and said she couldn't get help because it would be bad for the brand of the royal family. I just find that impossible to believe, that you would have two people in the palace who would be that callous to a woman telling them that she was suicidal.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lupita Nyong'o was on Ellen DeGeneres, or will be on Ellen DeGeneres today, talking about, of course, Chadwick Boseman, but also what it'll be like shooting Black Panther 2 without him.
So everyone's excited about the next Black Panther, and I'm sure it's going to be tough not working and not having Chadwick Boseman there. I mean, I've only met him a couple of times, but what a great guy. And what are you going to miss the most, I guess? I'm wondering.
It's still so hard for me to come to terms with his passing. I mean, his leadership, he was he led the movie with such compassion and just presence. When Chadwick came on set, he was present and he brought his entire being to that movie, and he was just so humble as well, and that leadership will be missed. And he was my friend, and so it's hard to think of him in the past and still. But I do know for certain that he would want us to do this, and I feel that what Ryan Coogler has planned very much honors him and his legacy. So I feel good about going back.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so sad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Kardashian team is addressing the private photo of Khloe Kardashian being wiped from the internet.
What?
So Tracy Romulus is the chief marketing officer for Kim Kardashian's KKW brand.
Okay.
And she spoke about a, quote, private photo of Khloe in a bathing suit that went viral on social media. She says, the color-edited photo was taken of Khloe during a private family gathering and posted on social media without permission by mistake by an assistant. Khloe looks beautiful in it within the right of the copyright owner to not want the image not intended to be published taken down. Basically this. There was a unphotoshopped picture of Khloe Kardashian that was posted by mistake, and then people started reposting it everywhere.
Do we know from when? Was it the one from the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because they all went on like some
And now
vacation.
there's lawsuits.
Is it this one?
No, it's another one where I
Oh.
believe she's standing up. The one I saw is the one where she's standing up.
Okay.
And now the Kardashian crew are going after anyone who reposts this. They're
really
threatening lawsuits, copyright infringement, all of this stuff to try and wipe this photo from the internet, which is impossible.
Yeah, the internet's so vast.
Like, it's impossible.
It still exists.
And we know what happens as soon as you start doing stuff like this, is this photo will now become the most famous photo of Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah.
Right? That's how the
So
world
wait,
works.
so she's mad because, or they're upset that the photo
There's a whole bunch of...
wasn't touched up, like fixed up for online?
So the alleged unauthorized photo, another one was actually posted on that same day.
Yeah.
And I think it was that one that you just showed me.
Where she's like laying down, her eyes are closed, she's wearing a blue bikini.
Yeah, so whoever was there that day, what they're saying is the photo may have originated on one of the family members' fake Instagram accounts, like their Finsta account, where they may have just been posting stuff, but people may have already known whose fake account this was and that they may have been lifted from there.
Gotcha.
Right? So people
Screen grab,
repost, everything else. But you know what happens with this? As soon as you want something to go away forever on the internet, it is now going to become the most popular thing.
Yeah.
Who knows though? They have such pull. They could, bend Google into hiding a picture forever or making sure we never see it again. But that's the one picture.
Wow.
One picture.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You know who Jedward are?
Oh, Jedward. Jedward, are they songwriters?
Yeah, they're a band, I guess. I don't know.
Blonde-haired kids,
Yes,
right?
yeah, two blonde-haired kids.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things trending. There's justice for 1D. There's justice for Little Mix, is I think the other one, and then justice for. Not Pussycat Dolls.
Fifth Harmony.
Fifth Harmony.
I saw that
Thank
one this
you.
morning.
Thank you. Yeah. And the reason that's trending is because I guess Jedward were on one of those X Factor shows, like all those other bands were, 1D, Fifth Harmony, everything else. And they did a huge thread about Simon Cowell, the management company, Psycho Entertainment, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then their most recent tweet was just sitting here waiting for the lawyers to call, because I guess everybody who goes through that machine has these ironclad non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah.
But some of the things that they were putting on Twitter yesterday were the biggest regret in life was not telling the X Factor judges to F off. Every contestant on the X Factor was a slave to that show and got paid zero while they made millions. That the fact that every contestant has to act like their judges, that the judges mentor them, when in reality, all they care about is their paycheck. Simon Cowell thinks he's the mafia leader of the music industry, when in reality, he's nothing but a bad facelift. There's a reason Psycho is called Psycho. 1D, Little Mix are legally effed in contracts and can never speak out, so we are. There's nothing modest about their previous management dictating their every move, from relationships to how they live their own lives. Justice for 1D, Little Mix. And this goes on and on and on. This is our story to tell, they say. Facts are facts. We're putting ourselves in a very dangerous position speaking out. Victims of the music industry need to be heard. Fans have known for years. Artists are on the brink of collapse at the end of touring and having to act like everything is okay. Humans can't be owned. Artists shouldn't be owned. Eating disorders, depression are very common in the music industry, and it's because nobody cares about the artist's mental health. They go on to talk about how they're paid security to just follow bands around, but they're not actually security. What they are babysitters who then are paid salaries to go back to management and snitch on what the artists get up to. Like there's like 40 tweets.
After all this time, why now?
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if they were trying to get out of a contract recently and were denied.
Yeah.
Or they've been going, back and forth with Simon Cowell's people.
Yeah.
And weren't getting their way. So now they're just like spilling the beans.
They always isolate artists from their families and make them dependent on the fake industry friends who don't have their back. It's crazy. But if you get a chance, go through. It's Jedward, Jewward. They sort of just go off and break all their non-disclosure agreements. And as they said, they're just sitting around waiting for the lawyers to call.
Damn.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right. Always a fan favorite and a favorite of everybody in this room. Time to answer some questions in the Ask Roz and Mocha portion of the podcast. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You sound like you're all business today. What is your question for the room?
The question is, what appropriate age do you think it's okay to leave teenagers home alone for, like, overnight, the weekend?
Oh, wow. How old are your kids?
Well, I have a bunch. So I have a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 24-year-old, and a 29-year-old.
So the conversation at home about letting a teenager stay overnight by themselves is with which age? Which one? The 17, the 15, or?
Yeah, the younger one.
The youngest one, okay.
But didn't you already go through this with the 25-year-old?
No, well, okay, so she started staying home when she was like 17, almost 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we really didn't go anywhere with all the kids. So it's like, and if we did go anywhere, it was just to the cottage. Well, now that the kids, the younger ones, they want to stay home, and while we go to the cottage because they don't find it fun ananymore until they get to be the age of, in their 20s, that's when they want to come back and hang out at the cottage.
Right.
What about the oldest is, you said 29, right?
She's 28.
Oh, okay.
She'll be 29 soon.
So the 29-year-old was how old? Was 17? That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, she was 17. Like, they were like 17 and stuff like that. But I'm just curious on what your opinion is, or what.
It depends on what kind of kid they are.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, geez, I had an older brother, so I got to do everything at a much younger age, right? So I think my parents never went anywhere. Like they never went overnight somewhere and left us alone. Maybe once or twice because I don't even know what they had to do. But I always had an older brother. But would I like if I was going to have girls over or I was going to like hook up or do anything like that, it would have happened regardless whether they were home or not. Like none of that stuff would have mattered. It's not like they were preventing me from doing something. I still would have done it. But as far as the appropriate age, I think that you can leave a 14-year-old home if they're with a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But that's what we were last year. My husband would stay home and I would go to the cottage with the kids myself.
Yeah.
This year it's like he's not going to miss out on stuff again because she has a job and all that. And then the younger ones, they're like, I just don't want to be there. There's nothing to do. But the cottage is not as fun for them when they get to be older. And that's the only place we go. We don't go anywhere else.
I think how is the cottage not fun for them?
I don't know. That's what we think.
Like, what's not fun?
Why? Maybe because all their stuff isn't there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? And maybe the Wi-Fi signal's weak and they can't really muck around
Well,
on the phone and
the
stuff.
funny thing is, we just got internet last year at the cottage and cable and all that. When they were little, it was just movies, and if we were there, it was outside. If they were there, they were outside.
Nah, they don't want none of that. They just want to be on their phones inside.
Yeah.
They want to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
And now all they want to do is hang out with their friends.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people.
How old, Mocha, were you? Did your parents ever leave you alone? Like, did they ever go anywhere?
Like, they went places.
Yeah, but they never left you alone
They
overnight.
never left me overnight. And I can't remember the first time, like, how old I was when... I don't remember at all.
No. Maury?
Forever. I remember I used to come home on my own from school. I'd be home all day by myself from the age of, 12, 13.
No, but we're talking like
overnight. And then overnight. So look, my dad was a single young guy. There are many times that he would just say, grab a, Chef Boyardee can from the cupboard.
Right.
Here's what you do. And
But how old,
don't open
though?
the door.
How
I would
old?
have been 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on what kind of kid you have.
I was the youngest of three, and my parents would leave my brothers overnight, but never meet. The first time I was left alone overnight was on my own. I moved out when I was 20.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
huh?
you know what? I'm pretty sure it wasn't until when I moved out when I was 21 years old. Because this is a really good question, Elizabeth. Like, I can't remember.
You were never in the family home alone overnight?
I don't think so. At least no.
Do you regret it?
Well, it's not his choice.
No, that's what I'm saying. You want me to run away?
Yeah, what's there to regret? That your parents didn't go out enough? Yeah. That's something they might regret, but it's not something for Mocha to regret.
I'm sorry you guys cared about my well-being so much that you had to come home at night.
Yeah. No, I remember there was a few times where my brother and I would be alone, but
Did they ever come home early? Catch you?
No, more than that. Like, it wasn't so much I see you in the morning, but there were times where my parents would go out and then maybe they would get home at 2, way past bedtime kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So you were still alone. We were going to be alone in the evening, alone for dinner, alone putting ourselves to bed. When we woke up in the morning, they would be there, but you were basically alone. It didn't really matter. But that happened. But I always had an older brother, and we were, for the most part, good kids. And if we were going to get into trouble, it was just going to be having girls over. It wasn't going to be a party or anything like that.
So, Elizabeth, the teenager that you're worried about, are you worried that they won't be able to survive without you for the weekend, or are you worried that they may get into some sort of mischief?
No, it's more I trust my kids; they're really trustworthy.
Yeah.
It's just not paying attention. They put a pot on the stove, and next thing you know, they go up to their rooms to do something.
Why
Why
are they putting a pot on the stove?
Well, if they're making macaroni and cheese.
No, you leave them a couple bucks, they order pizza.
You can do that. But they have to eat I'm not going to order constantly food for them. That would be expensive.
Yeah, but just go and buy stuff for the microwave then, if you're worried about all that.
Get a Hungry Man or a Michelina's.
Well, that's true.
What, is she rich, Murray? No,
That's not true.
go buy a bag of buns and a bunch of sandwich meat.
They won't eat that.
A couple bags of chips. Why not?
They won't eat
what
that.
kind of kids did you raise?
They don't like sandwich meat. They don't like any of that. They want mac and cheese, or
You
they
can get
want,
microwavable mac and cheese
What about
now.
what about
Oh,
hot
that's disgusting.
what about hot dogs?
Well, that's all my son eats is hot dogs.
Oh, there you go.
But he likes them boiled.
Oh, for God's sake. Listen, we all love a boiled hot dog, but sometimes, okay, you got to sacrifice.
Actually, my son has the toaster that does the hot dogs.
There you go. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
So he can do that.
Yeah,
But it's just not him. It's his sisters as well and stuff like that. And I trust them.
Yeah.
But it's just like, are they paying attention? Are they going to lock the doors? Are they going to just make sure everything's fine? I mean, he's only 13 years old, my son. So,
But you said
they get
so.
scatterbrained.
All the other kids who are in the house, or that you have, are they all in the house as well?
No, the two older ones they're no longer living at home.
Okay.
I could leave. I'm very confident right now. Roxy's 11, and I am 100% confident that I could leave her alone for an entire night, and she would be well fed. The cats would be fed, and she would go to bed on time.
See, that's a girl.
True. True.
boy.
True. Boys are much different. You're right.
They are, and it's not my daughters. So I have 4 girls, and the last one's the boy.
Yeah.
So the boy can be scatterbrained, and and I'm not judging him or anything,
No.
but it's like you just got to make sure that things get taken care of. But I think we will start. Who knows? But
it's tough.
We do go for the day. Like we'll leave at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then come back at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So they're left all alone all day.
Yeah.
It's just that overnight. It's just ripping off the Band-Aid, more or less.
Yeah. Elizabeth, you're going to have to leave like sticky notes all over the house. Like lock the door,
Or why
lock
don't you
the windows.
Just make it easy, okay? Just before you leave, right? Go down to the basement, go to the electrical panel, and just flick the switches to off for all the things that you're terrified of. Leave the Wi-Fi on, leave the television on, switch off the stove, leave the fridge on, give them the outlet for the toaster.
Well, that's a great idea.
Right? There you go. Problem solved.
But hopefully, maybe we'll try that.
Yeah.
There you go, Elizabeth. Thank you for your question.
Well, thank you very much. You guys are amazing. You make my morning every day.
You're the best. Thank you.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I have to say Roz.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Have a good day.
Talk soon. Bye.
Charmaine asks if I will ever follow Dammit Maury on social media again.
Oh.
The answer is no.
Right.
I don't think I ever followed you, Maury.
No, you did, and then you unfollowed him.
Did I?
Yeah. There was a moment where you unfollowed him
I
on
was probably by
something.
mistake.
One of them, whether it was, I don't even know, like a Twitter or maybe even Facebook from back in the day.
Look, we're all men. Can I ask a question?
We're all men. Why don't you say we're all grown-ups instead of we're all men?
Why?
Yeah. Why what?
No, but why don't you follow? Like, I post some nice stuff.
Because I know that if I follow you on any social, right? If you post something and if I don't click like or retweet or if I don't comment, I'm going to have to get into a text conversation with you where you will screen grab what it is you just posted, text it to me and say like, thought you would have liked this, would have loved a comment from you, would have been cool. But what if why didn't you like this post?
I get that every single day from him.
Yeah.
Every single day I get that.
Right.
But I don't follow him. He still sends it to me.
Oh.
He sends me this stuff I don't see.
Yeah.
And then says stuff like, this is what you would see if you followed me.
Oh.
But he sends me.
So here's the reason why I won't follow, because I know that once I do start following, I'm going to start getting those messages.
No, but I'm surprised that you don't, because I only get them because I don't follow him.
No, he's done it in the past. I just ignore those texts.
But no, it's not the text, right? So now I get the text, but I also get it DM'd on that platform.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
that's super weird.
So so
See?
I will get it in text, and then I will also get it DM'd to me on that platform, because Maury very recently, has started DMing me a whole lot on Instagram, because on Instagram you can see when somebody's read it, and then so I just deliberately open and close it. And then never look at it without even looking at it.
Yo,
because I'm like, if you want to put yourself in that situation, because you can sit there and wonder, send me a text and wonder whether I've seen it or not, right?
Sure,
and that's fine. But I don't know why you want to put yourself in a position to get validation or verification that I have seen something and then still not get a reply.
I don't know. It just means something when you guys like something. But what if we had an agreement where if you followed and I never bother you?
Or we can just agree that life has been wonderful the way it's been for the past
Has it?
10 years that you've been working with us. Yeah, it's been great.
Has
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why change a good thing?
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't know.
Do you still have that notification on your phone when somebody follows and unfollows you?
No, I pay for an app. I have to log in and it sort of.
Do you check every day?
updates. No, I check on Saturdays.
Right. Yeah, once a week. Once a week. Okay, he's not obsessive about it. But no, the idea of like following, it just doesn't. And here's my thing too, is that I don't, when it comes to social media, when I'm on social media, I use it I use it the way that I use it, okay? And I don't like my social media being inundated with work stuff.
Sure.
Right?
I don't post any work stuff.
No, but you are work stuff. Is
Sure.
what
You
I
follow
mean.
Mocha, he's work stuff.
Yeah, I follow Mocha, but I don't follow anybody else.
You follow Shem.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's-
Like
no, it's-
IG audits on the
Yeah,
guy?
it's not hard to see because it just says right there.
No, you're right. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I have no. I think you know why, Maury. I think that I don't follow you because I think that I think that social media to you is something different. I think that social media to you means so much, and it's my way of just showing you that it doesn't mean as much as you think it does.
But what about the stuff that you're missing?
But this is my thing: is I'm not missing anything
because I send it to you.
Right. That's A. Right. And then B. It's as if I do follow you because I get it all anyway.
See.
Right. So I don't see
But
what
now
the big
for
deal
Mocha,
is.
I have been really good for many a year where
Right.
I've not sent him anything.
Right. Right. You send it to me every day.
So
I get
I've
something from
earned,
Maury.
If anything, from Mocha, I've earned the trust of a
Right.
follow.
Keep up the good work, buddy.
Right. Can I follow you and then mute you?
Yes,
In
you
theory,
can.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes?
absolutely.
Okay. Well, there we
Because
go.
I'm sure there are many people that have.
Yeah. How do you do that? I don't even know how to do that. How do you?
That's a great idea.
How do you
Hey,
mute
will you get a
somebody?
notification like when you check on Saturday, right? Will you get a notification that I hit follow and then like 10 minutes later hit unfollow?
No, they can't. No,
No.
I've done research. You can't find out who's muted you.
You can't find out who's muted you.
No, follow and unfollow.
Would I? If you follow and then unfollow, yes, I'll know.
Oh, okay.
You will, huh? I know people do that to me all the time when they really want me to follow them, is that I will get the same notification that somebody's followed me every day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they follow you and then
Wait a
they
bit.
wait for you to follow back. I don't. Then they unfollow me, wait a day, follow me back. I get another notification from that same person. This will go on for weeks.
Oh, and you think I'm annoying?
Pogo says here
Wait, have
when
we
you
moved
have
on from that one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're on to the next question.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know.
Pogo says here, when you have chicken thighs, how many do you typically have? I usually have about 8 to 10, so I'm curious if that's considered a lot.
Like he eats 8 to 10?
I guess.
That's
No, this is true because then somebody commented going, "Oh my God, that's a lot," and then he said, "Yeah, that is." So
That's a lot. 8 to 10 is a lot. That's
Chicken thighs? I guess it depends on how big the thighs are, though.
even small ones.
But you
That's a
eat
lot
tons
of
of
meat.
wings.
It's a lot of meat. Yeah, but no chicken thighs. The amount, like even in a pack of like the whatever they come in like 8, where it's like 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top kind of thing. That's for one person. That's a lot. I will if I'm making.
I
chicken,
could dust that off. I'd say
if I'm making chicken
that's not a lot.
thighs, if I'm making chicken thighs and it's just me,
Yeah.
I'll crush 3 of them, no problem. Right?
But it's
like
to me, it's the same amount of meat as a flat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
Oh my God! You think a little chicken wing has as much meat on it as a chicken thigh?
Well, I mean, maybe a thigh. What is the thigh the equivalent of 2 flats?
No, Maury,
not at all.
The
Do
thigh.
you know what a thigh is?
Yeah, I don't like them.
A thigh is like the equivalent of like half a chicken breast.
Oh, I thought thighs were quite small.
They are, but it's all meat.
Like the
Yeah.
size of like almost
Sure
the size
is.
of 2 matchbooks.
Yo, your references sometimes, bro.
I know.
Like for
I know.
comparisons.
Yeah.
It's just
right?
so out of there random.
Yeah, I know. Like this is Maury, this is what it would be like. Like your references, right? Like if I looked at you, right, and I said, God, that thing's just about the size of a piston with the end knocked off by a ball peen hammer. like you would have no idea what to do with that information.
No, but I'm tossing out something that you can maybe
Right?
picture.
Like you would just so no chicken. When you see chicken thighs, okay, in the package, they're folded under, right? And then
See,
when you
I didn't know that.
And then when you open the package, you unfold them, so they're flat. They're about They're about the size, like they're bigger than a hash brown from McDonald's as far as
Great
circumference. Probably the size of
4 matchbooks?
No,
4
maybe-
matchbooks.
What about the iPhone 6?
But much thicker, right? Like
Yeah.
much. They're about the size of like an iPhone 10, I guess it would be, right?
Like, I don't know. I
but
guess
thicker.
for Pogo, it depends on like.
That's a lot though. 10 of those is a lot. 10 of anything is a lot to eat.
But is Pogo having 8 to 10 chicken thighs with something on the side? Or are we just talking like 8 to 10
just stacks of chicken thighs, huh?
Like
Yeah.
that's it. You know?
I don't
I think
know.
if it's a.
He also didn't put a time limit on this. Maybe he has a bunch,
No,
and then has a
I'm
bunch
guessing
later.
this is all in one sitting.
One
but,
sitting.
but also, how are you cooking them? Are you cooking them in the oven? Like, are you doing that, or are you frying them?
Barbecuing them, frying them. Yeah, it depends.
Like, what do you?
and then what you're having on the
them?
side. Like, is that 8 to 10 with a side of mac and cheese, or 8 to 10 with a side of salad, or 8 to 10 on its own with
I don't
hot
know.
sauce?
I don't
right?
know. Yeah, I would say for me, I could crush 4 chicken thighs, no problem. Normally, if it's just me and I'm making chicken thighs, I will slice up 3.
Yeah.
And just cut them in half, and then I'm good to go.
What's your side?
I think I could do 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't though. I wouldn't feel good after that.
I
It's too
love
much.
chicken thighs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too much. 8 to 10 is too much. Way too much. What do I have on the side? Depends. Fries are always good. I love fries on the side. Sometimes I'll have salad. Sometimes I'll have what did I make the other night? Oh, fingerling potatoes I made the other night. They're real
We had
delicious.
Chicken fingers. We ordered chicken fingers and poutine.
Poo what?
Poutine.
Why did you say poutine? Why do you say poutine?
I thought that's what you're supposed to say.
No,
Poutine.
no, poutine. Poutine. We okay, so you had what? You had chicken fingers and
poutine.
Okay.
And I felt so heavy after.
Yeah.
More than normal?
Way more than normal.
How many did you eat?
I had 4 chicken fingers, and Matthew
Yeah.
had 4 chicken fingers.
And then you split a poutine?
And we
you
split a poutine.
And you felt heavy after that?
I did.
Oh, geez. That ain't nothing. 4
Yeah.
chicken fingers.
It's the poutine.
Where'd you get the chicken fingers from?
Jack Astor's.
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
They're the best.
I love Jack Astor's chicken fingers.
Do they have
Oh
Jack
my
Astor's all over the
God.
country, or is it just in certain parts?
Oh, no,
all over. No, I think it's all over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Jack Astor's chicken fingers are the
Yeah,
best, man.
they make the
really
absolute
are.
best.
Yeah.
Leslie has a question for you, Roz.
Yes,
what is the best thing to watch?
Excuse me?
Yeah, what is the best thing to watch? I guess because
Your money grow.
because out of anyone or everyone in this room, you're the one that probably watches the most amount of content.
Yeah.
Right? You consume the most,
Yeah.
whether it's TV or movies. Is there anything recently that you've come across where you're
You s-
like, oh my God, yes, this is the best?
You suggested Behind Her Eyes or Behind Your Eyes or whatever,
Yeah, I like
but I
that
couldn't
show.
finish. I couldn't get past episode 4.
Oh, we finished.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's good.
We finished it.
That ending,
I
though.
can't finish episode 4.
Why? What's episode
It's
4?
just so weird and
I
boring.
started watching the worst show I've ever seen in my life.
So Leslie, pay attention. Do not watch this
No.
particular show.
No. Because I like bad things, right?
Of course.
Hold on here. What is this show?
Is it a movie or TV show?
It is I believe maybe it was a movie.
A movie, okay.
Shut up. I said that wrong. Okay. It sounded weird. Oh, okay.
So it's about cats.
Yeah. No. So I started watching this last night. It's called What Lies Below.
Oh,
And
wait.
It's
Who's in that again?
Mina Suvari.
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
It's one of these single mom has a new boyfriend, but like the new boyfriend could be like super sketchy.
Oh, and is the box
Right?
cover, is that on
And
Netflix? And the box cover is
the
like
hot
this.
guy coming up out of the water.
Yes,
right?
okay.
Yes.
I didn't watch it, but
Okay.
I saw the box cover.
I watched 40 minutes of this last night.
And?
This may be, and you know me, okay?
Yeah.
This may be the worst thing I've ever seen
Because
on
it was
Netflix.
trending pretty high on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
But worse, but like bad but good?
Oh, like I was enjoying it, right? Because
Yeah.
I was enjoying it. Would like normally with things that are bad, okay. I don't notice how bad they are. It's just more of an overall sort of feeling that you're watching something that seemed like it was cobbled together, right?
Yeah.
The script is off. It's a little bit kitschy. It's a little whatever. This, when you're watching it's bad.
Really?
like it's
Everything
bad.
about it?
Like it's bad. Like when you watch it, it's borderline. And I don't want to say this because people work very, very hard on things.
Of course.
Okay. I understand that this was somebody's dream for about 5 years of their life getting this movie together. Okay. But it's awful.
Really?
Okay. But now that said, I think it can be enjoyed. Like I was really, really enjoying myself because I was so enthralled by how awful this movie was.
Really?
Yes. So
Did
if-
Catherine finish watching
if-
it?
I went to bed. She stayed up.
Yeah, so she
Right?
did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I'll oftentimes, I won't do a bad series, but I'll do a quick like hour 30 of something that
Do
is
you
truly
watch,
terrible.
like, when you go onto the Netflix, do you watch like a bunch of trailers and then as a group decide what you're going to watch and this is what you picked?
Sometimes we will go on and watch trailers. Roxy's really big on that. She also is obsessed with how long things are. It's
She
weird.
got that from somebody in the house.
It's weird. I'm so obsessed with how long things are.
Really?
Right? Like when we put something on, she will take the mouse
Yeah.
and track it all the way to the end to when the credits start, even while the movie's starting. Like
Oh,
she'll track it
really?
all the way to the end just because you can see it
Yeah.
on the bottom, and then she does the math in her head to figure out how long the movie or show actually is.
I wonder
minus
if
the credit time.
she does that to see if once the movie or TV show ends, she'll know whether or not she has enough time to watch something else.
Yeah, but it's also because of Marvel, right? All these Marvels, all like the Marvel shows and the Star Wars shows, everything else, when they say like they're 55 minutes, those
Yeah.
Marvel shows have 14 minutes of credits
know.
at the end.
Can I
so
tell
it's
you?
actually not.
So did you watch the last episode of Falcon
Yeah,
Winter Soldier?
yeah.
So it was logged on the app or on Disney Plus as
At like 55 or
it was like
something like
52
that.
or 53
Yeah,
minutes or something
yeah.
like that, right? But then like the credits roll.
Yeah.
It was the show was actually like 40 something, 45 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And the rest was all
10
like,
minutes.
credits.
Yeah.
I was
Should
like,
the
oh,
time
man.
listed be before credits?
I think so, because that's the time. Like, I think that if you are, I mean, if we're talking the difference of like, 2 or 3 minutes, then no, it's no big deal. But when you're dealing in like the 10 plus minutes
Yeah.
for credits on things, I think yes, because I will sometimes decide what I'm going to watch before bed on whether I have enough time. And sometimes that 10 minutes makes a difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
really
this
does.
this last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, I think the end credits were like 6.5.
Yeah. They're
almost
long,
7 minutes. Yeah,
long,
man.
long.
And this is why sometimes I enjoy watching things on my PVR because I quite enjoy fast forwarding through commercials just so I feel like I'm catching.
I haven't PVR'd
I'm
something
gaining time
more
back.
in- when's the last time you PVR'd something?
Oh, every week.
You do?
Yes.
Well,
What
how
do
else
you
am I
PVR?
supposed to watch things like This Is Us and all that?
We PVR Working Moms.
Yeah.
We PVR
But
Young
isn't
Rock.
it just on demand, like immediately after?
I think so. I'm just habit.
Yeah, but
I
like
PVR when Jersey Shore is on. We PVR Jersey Shore.
Keeping Up With.
But isn't it just on? Like as soon as it airs,
No, not
it
everything,
shows
not
up
everything.
on the PVR.
Look,
No?
sometimes you want to watch things as they're happening so you don't get spoilers on Twitter.
No. Sometimes what happens is a show will air
Yeah.
and it won't immediately go on demand, or that particular episode you're looking for is
Yeah.
missing. In the
Yeah, I know.
catalog.
I hate that.
Right? So I just
yeah, you're
PVR
right.
it
Okay.
anyway.
I haven't PVR'd anything. But anyway, What Lies Below is my recommendation.
Oh,
It is
okay.
okay. So here, I'll read you the description, okay? Back at her lake house, a teenager begins to suspect that a sinister force lurks beneath the surface of her mother's too perfect new lover.
Oh.
Right? Okay? Okay. There you go. You're welcome.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the description.
Jasmina
what lies
asks,
beneath.
out of all the commercials you've had to make for the Raza Mocha Show, which is your favorite?
My favorite is also my least favorite.
Your favorite's your least?
Yeah.
I have one favorite.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, because my favorite commercial on television was my least favorite commercial to shoot.
Is it the cake in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite commercial, though.
yeah.
Oh, my God. I love that one.
That's my favorite commercial that
Yeah.
we've done. We did a slow-mo one if you're not familiar with it. And it was when we started using the tagline Celebrate Mornings. And then it was just super, super, super slow-mo. And Mocha and I were getting hit in the face with cakes and champagne and confetti and all this stuff. And it's my favorite commercial, but shooting it was my least favorite.
Oh, longest day
It was the longest day
ever.
because what would happen is everything we were wearing. So I don't remember what I was wearing. I think like a jean jacket or something like that.
You were.
So what wound up happening was you would go into the wardrobe department on set for the shoot, and all of our outfits, they had like 8 identical versions of all of our outfits, right? And then they would say, okay, Roz, come down to set. And everything would be set up. The lights would be set up, all of this stuff. You'd stand on your mark. They would make sure that the camera and the frame rate and everything else was just perfect. And then they would throw a cake at you, like a giant cake. and they would throw the cake at you, and then you wanted it to just like hit you right in the side of the face. But you would get all through this, and then they would go to throw the cake, and it would sort of miss and hit some of your shoulder and then go up on the back of your head, so you didn't get the shot. But then after that, go get undressed, go upstairs, take a shower, back in hair and wardrobe, do your hair completely, makeup fresh, go to the wardrobe rack, get a note. So in between shots was like an hour to get everything right. And we did those things constantly all night. But we shot from, I think we got there that morning at, I think it was around like 10 or 11. And I think I got home that night at maybe 1:30 a.m.
Yeah,
something like that.
That was a long day.
Yeah. It was
my favorite commercial, though.
My,
oh, man, I
my
love that
favorite
one.
commercial, my least favorite shoot.
Wow. Kenneth asks, hey guys, I'm just done episode 73 on the podcast. Wow. Does Dammit Maury still do coffee runs and order his fancy chai lattes? I would say since the pandemic has started, well, first of all, the coffee shop that we normally get stuff from, the Starbucks across the street, I think they shut down.
No, they're fine.
Are they still open?
Yeah, although there's like, in my neighborhood, 6 Starbucks are gone.
Starbucks got rid of a whole bunch
Yeah.
of like an incredible
All around my
amount.
home, all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, no, Kenneth, Dammit Maury does not do the coffee run anymore.
He did at the beginning.
He did a little bit.
Yeah, he did at the beginning. He would still sort of run out, in the morning and grab stuff. We were still doing that, but we haven't done it in months and months and months.
I'm sure once we go back to normal, it'll be fine. But there's like, it's not safe to go.
2 blocks away from here, there used to be a Timothy's Coffee at a very, very busy intersection where the radio station is, right?
Yeah.
And right before the pandemic, I remember they were open like on a Friday, and then on the Monday when I came into work and I drove by, they had all the paper up on the windows, and it said Starbucks coming soon. And it was like that for a real long time,
Really,
right?
huh?
And then I would say I didn't notice until maybe like 2 months ago that the Starbucks coming soon was replaced with just like regular advertising paper that said like space for lease.
Really, huh?
Yeah. So Starbucks, they were supposed to put a location there and then decided against it.
We had a Starbucks open up in our neighborhood, and it was a big deal when the Starbucks opened in our neighborhood. And they were there for about a year, and then they moved across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Like you could look at the new one and like look back at the old one, and the outline of the sign was still on the old one.
Oh, okay.
Like they were literally right across the street from each other. And then that one was there for about a year, and then they left. So now, within one block, there's 2 old Starbucks that nothing has moved into those buildings since those Starbucks left, and you can still see that they were former Starbucks.
Oh, no.
So it looks like my neighborhood is like a Starbucks eater. Like they just come in and we destroy them, because you can stand in one spot and they're separated by, I think, 4 other stores.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So there's a Starbucks there where you can still tell it's Starbucks because it still had like sort of where the sign was.
Yeah.
And I think one of those circle things on the windows. And then you look immediately to your left and there's another one, which that place moved, which is also since gone. So in my neighborhood, separated by 4 stores, are 2 empty Starbucks locations.
Did you ever find out why it moved? Like, was it like
Yeah,
maybe
so
the rent
one
was
of them,
up? Or
one of them, they're tearing the building down to turn up condos.
Okay.
So they moved, and they moved across the street.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened with that building, but they moved there as well. So they left.
The
They
rent
might have
was
been
just too damn high.
They might have been one of the casualties where they shut a bunch of these Starbucks down.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's really wild. So there's 2 now in my neighborhood that no longer exist.
And all the ones in your neighborhood, Dammit Maury, are
And
gone.
do you not find that weird? 6 shut down in downtown Toronto?
No, more than that.
But just in my neighborhood. It's very weird.
Yeah, hold on here.
And they were busy locations, too.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this story here. Starbucks says that it plans to close 300 coffee shops across Canada.
Wow.
By the end of March.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. 300.
And no offense to the one at the Rogers Center,
Yeah.
but that one's still open and nobody's ever in there. So I don't understand how that one's still open.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no. What do I get at Starbucks? I like their breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, really good.
That spice sausage breakfast sandwich.
Oh, yeah, the spicy chorizo.
Yeah.
You gotta try.
No, it's not chorizo.
Yeah, they have a chorizo one.
Yeah,
Or
they
maybe
do.
that's not the
No,
spicy
this one looks like a egg McMuffin.
Oh,
with
okay,
sausage
yeah.
patty on it and everything else. But I've noticed this, that the the breakfast sandwiches, when you get them at Starbucks, they are not nearly as hot as they used to be. Do you remember when they would come out of that oven and they would give it to you?
Yeah,
and
you have to wait like 20 minutes.
You have to wait 20 minutes, yeah. Now it's not. It's not like that anymore. I think they turned their ovens down.
People were complaining because you want to be able to eat it right away.
Yeah,
Right.
I like I don't mind the sous vide egg bites that they have there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I really
Interesting.
like
Never
that.
had those before.
Quick little snack.
Please try the guava passion fruit drink.
No. No. I would never.
It's only because you recommended
Yeah.
it.
I would never order that.
It is to die for.
I would never.
Because you don't want to enjoy it and then be like,
Yeah.
ever in a situation where somebody asks you like why you enjoy that drink or how'd you find out about it, and for you to say give credit to Dan
No, you're
Moore.
right. It doesn't matter what you recommend more, honestly, and I will just never do it because I never want you to have the satisfaction because you will never shut up about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you will just, like if I did anything, like if I had anything in front of me, I don't even know what it could be. If I had a sore back and you were like, you know what, I use at home, I got this like back brace thing that I put on the chair, right? And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for the recommendation. And if I got one I had in my chair, every time you came in here, you'd be like, how's that going for you? Good idea, eh? Right? Aren't you happy I recommended that? Like you would just never shut up about it.
I'm not going to like say anything about a guava passion
Yes,
fruit
you
drink.
would.
Yes, you
totally
would.
would. You totally
If
would.
you have the guava
would.
passion fruit, I'm not going to
No,
like
and
hold
you
it
know
over-
what would happen? You know what would happen? Maury would recommend that drink to somebody else,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
And then say to that person,
Oh.
you know, I also recommended this to Roz.
It's his
He
favorite thing
loves
now.
it. Yeah.
Favorite
That's
thing.
exactly what you would do.
Yes,
You'd
exactly.
bring Roz up in
But
the
now you're
conversation when
missing
he's not
out
there.
on tasting the guava passion fruit.
I don't need it. I don't need that in my life. I would rather, to be
Because
honest
there's a
with
chance
you,
you've never had guava or passion
no,
fruit.
there is a chance. You're right, but I'll tell you, I'm happier to live the rest of my days without having tried that than to give you the satisfaction of my liking it.
Then you will die not knowing.
Yeah, which I'm
He's
fine
with
with.
that. Every week on Instagram, you will find Ask Roz and Mocha. That is where you load up the comment section with your questions, and we'll go through them one by one. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Can we just pause? Can we pause for 1 second? So let me tell you what was going on during the podcast here.
Yeah.
Okay. So Catherine's messaging me. So this is like throughout the course of this entire Ask Roz and Mocha section.
Okay.
Right. She wrote me, "Oh my God, lost my debit card. I think I dropped it in the stairs or the studio when I was carrying stuff. Definitely don't have it. Maybe it's in the building. Maybe I lost it. Maybe it fell out of the car door. Found it. It was in yesterday's pants." Right? Like all of this was playing out. Right? Like all the drama just played
So when
out.
do you reply?
I haven't yet. I haven't replied yet.
You should just reply with just cool.
Yeah. No, I haven't replied. This was the drama that I was watching unfold.
That's why you were so distracted
Yes,
today.
yes.
Wait, so did you hear me talk about guava and passion fruit?
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.